Here we go. Hopefully it's a beautiful Thursday, and it's a back-to-football Thursday as the NFL kicks off tonight. Chiefs-Lions. Meanwhile, he is back from his vacation, playing golf in some of the most beautiful spots in the country. John Ireland is back as we ramp up to the new fall season of 710 starting Monday. But before then, of course, tomorrow is the SoCal Hyundai ESPN LA Golf Classic presented by Coors Light and Hollywood Park Casino. And before we tee off the tournament in the morning at 8 a.m., the Par 3 Challenge, Team Mason versus Team Ireland. Of course, Team Mason, Mace and owner Sam Pines, Team Ireland, Johnny I and corporate Greg Bergman. They square off on the 4 Par 3s. Will Mace pull off an upset like he's hoping Jared Goff pulls off tonight?
Yeah.
We've got that, plus John Ireland, the voice of the Lakers, reaction on Christian Wood, joining the purple and gold, and so much more. Let's get back to football. Let's get back to Mason and Ireland for your Thursday afternoon right now.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we got tons of stuff coming up. Michael Thompson's going to be here in a couple of minutes. But first, last night, a very big night for Mason and Ireland as our Hollywood football
year
league,
31, by the way.
31 of
Worst
our fantasy league.
ever.
All right, now Greg was in it very briefly and then got out.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Tyler did me a big favor.
Yeah.
And Tyler, I thanked you privately. I will thank you on the air for sitting in for the draft. I know that can be a long night. Only 2 hours, not too bad,
Not
right?
too shabby.
Yeah,
I
it
was
flew
prepared
by.
for 3.
Although I hate the people that use like 2 full minutes in the 11th
Yeah,
round.
and I've
It's
never
like,
understood.
Who the hell are
Did
you going to
anybody
get?
last night pause it because they needed an extra minute?
Actually, it was a light night for the pauses.
Yeah, I never understood why we
Only
let anyone
Commissioner
pause.
Lenny
Okay,
paused it.
so Mace, what'd you think? First of all, what'd you think of your team? You happy with your team?
I am happy with my team. I
Okay.
had a strategy. I went into the draft, and I executed it exactly as I planned.
Now, Tyler, you drafted for me. Are you happy with the team you drafted?
I'm at like an 80%.
Okay.
I'm not thrilled because the QB situation kind of bit me in the butt a little bit.
Right.
I was targeting Kirk Cousins late.
Don't give anything away yet.
He got picked 2 picks before my turn, so I had to call an audible. But ultimately, I think I picked a pretty good team. Yeah.
Okay. Greg, have you looked at the roster?
I'm looking at them right now.
Okay. Tyler, let me start here. I want to be sure that I'm fully appreciative that you took the time to do this for
it's
me.
very nice.
Very nice. I think
You're fired.
You may have drafted the worst team in the 31-year history of the Hollywood Football League.
We'll see.
This team is so bad that and I just have some questions. So let me
I'm here for them.
okay.
Well, wait. Do you want Greg
let's
to get a
get-
reaction
and
first?
Brian,
Greg
me
and Brian, I sent
All
you
right.
the rosters.
Right, yeah, I got him.
Yeah.
I'm the,
you want to
I'm
go
the
first,
one,
Brian?
I'm the one who has Geno Smith. At
No, you weren't
quarterback.
supposed to. It was his
you know,
teammate.
No,
that
but
was-
just tell me what you think.
That was my question because you had the second overall pick, right?
I did.
I was trying to figure out who was that second overall pick on that team.
I
Jamar
was
Chase.
asking
It's
myself
Jamar
the
Chase.
same thing when I
No.
went
No,
to
Jamar
sleep
Chase is
last
on the other
night.
team.
No, Jamar Chase is on
Jamar
my
Chase.
team.
Jamar Chase.
Greg,
Okay,
what
yeah, I
is
see that.
your opinion of the Irish Luck fantasy football
Okay.
roster?
You can tell that somebody that likes Seattle drafted this team.
You think?
Stacked with Seahawks.
It is stacked with Seahawks, and it's just not that good. I mean, Dalvin Cook.
Oh, you're
is-
being kind.
I don't like the Dalvin Cook pick. He's behind Breece Hall. You do have Breece Hall, but then why you handcuff those two guys? There's a couple good players
Okay,
in here,
let
but
me
for
throw
the most
some
part,
questions at Tyler, and we'll get to the bottom of it.
But for overall, the quarterbacks suck. All 3 quarterbacks are just terrible.
On your
Maybe
team, on
on
John's
my
team.
team.
Yes.
My 3
Terrible.
quarterbacks. I don't even know, Tyler, how you did this. You may have drafted the 3 worst quarterbacks in the NFL, and they're all on my team.
all
right.
like 12th round picks.
I know.
All on the same team.
Geno Smith, who's had one good. Obviously, Tyler loves Seattle. Do you have an affinity for the Seahawks?
Yeah, he followed
Yeah.
Pete Carroll
Okay.
up there. When Pete Carroll
All right.
took the Seahawks job,
So-
Tyler said, I'm
I
going
think
with him.
you are all very foolish to discredit Geno Smith and this
I'm a Seahawks
specific and
Okay.
this
Take your
specific
Seahawk
Seattle
glasses
All right, now let me,
off and
Tyler,
look at the
let me
world.
just and Mace
It's the
jump
best
in
wide receiver
at
core in
any
the league.
point here
Okay.
and give your 2 cents.
Okay.
All right, so Tyler, I have 5 questions for you.
Okay, I'm here for all of them.
First one, yeah, because I want to have your take on it. I told you before this that in this particular league, as Greg will attest, our league is backwards, crazy back. I mean, it's like dumb. Our rules. Only thing that matters is touchdowns. You got to get touchdowns. So when I talked to you before the draft, I said, hey, the first guy's going to take Justin Jefferson. I would take Austin Eckler. Last year, Austin Eckler had 18 touchdowns and 172 fantasy points. You instead, you zagged, you took Jamar Chase, which in a normal league would make sense. But Jamar Chase had 9 touchdowns and 100 fantasy points last year. 72 points less
So here's my
than Eckler.
So here's my question about this. Why did you not dictate the number 2 pick and say Tyler here? Because we knew Justin Jefferson was going number 1.
Here's why.
I kept saying he's taking Austin Eckler. He's taking Austin Eckler. I was shocked when Jamar Chase popped up.
The reason is I couldn't on the plane. I had been American Airlines, the worst airline ever. I was upgraded to first class, and I had to pay $25 for internet.
Wow.
And you could only tie it to one device. So I wanted to follow the draft.
Right. So
I
used
tied
your
it to
computer?
my computer, but I couldn't talk to Tyler on text. So I before the draft, I said, take your own. Anyway, Tyler, why Chase over Eckler?
There was a part of me that kind of started to feel like Eckler might not love his situation in San Diego, and I think that might factor into his gameplay.
Brian, your thoughts?
Oh, they just made him a captain again. I think he's happy to be there. This team is ready to roll. I would have taken Eckler.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I actually
but
agree. I actually agree with
agree?
Tyler. He's unhappy. He
I don't
wants
think he
out.
is.
you think Jamar Chase will score more fantasy points in our backwards league than Austin?
I don't
Austin
think
Eckler is
think
a touchdown
Eckler
machine.
can have as good of a year as he did last year.
Well,
So
Greg,
Chase
he's
will be
led,
better.
he's
Chase
led
will be
running
better.
backs in touchdowns 3 years in a row.
Yeah, I think he's gonna
You
fall
think
off.
he's super? Okay.
You've scouted him, and you think he's going to – there's a drop-off.
That's in my opinion.
All right. So, Tyler, here's my second question.
Okay, here we are.
I didn't have this guy in my top 100.
Oh, wow.
And you took – this is when I closed my computer and looked at the guy sitting next to me. He was my friend Patrick. We were on this trip. And I went, I can't take it anymore. You took Jahmyr Gibbs, the rookie for the Lions, with the 26th overall pick.
That's such a
ahead
reach.
of Najee Harris, ahead of Kenneth Walker, ahead of Aaron Jones, ahead of Deebo Samuel. You took him ahead of Lamar Jackson and Justin Herbert. Now, I told you.
I told you.
What is the most important position in the draft who I said you should probably take care of it in the second round, third round at the latest?
You said quarterback, but
Right.
you also said that some quarterbacks are going to be plucked early. And when I saw Mahomes go, I audibled.
Well, Mahomes went, Josh Allen went.
That's true.
And then I think you probably would have taken Jalen Hurts because you texted me a couple days before and said, I'm looking at Hurts. Hurts went a couple picks before.
Yeah,
but then that's red alert. You've got to take a quarterback because they're all gone now. But you interpreted that as me saying you got to take a quarterback early in this league. You interpreted wait till the 9th
You
round.
said unless you want to go rogue. This is in the
Okay.
email.
He said, I'm
Unless you wanna
drafting for
go
John
rogue.
Ireland.
All right.
I'm drafting for John Ireland. I'm going to give him my favorite quarterback.
This team is going to be better than you're giving it credit for.
Okay, I hope so. So Dan Campbell says of Jahmyr Gibbs, he's worried about his workload, and David Montgomery will play more snaps.
And David Montgomery will be the goal line back, too.
Jahmyr Gibbs is going to have an incredible season.
Okay.
He will.
All right, next.
He's already promised significant
question.
yardage, which means that he's going to be an end zone guy.
Okay.
Next question.
I'm here for
You
it.
listen to the show, right?
I do.
What do I think of the Jets?
I think that you don't like the Jets.
I think they're going to finish third in their division.
Yes.
Between Buffalo and Miami.
Yes. I think they're going to run into airborne trouble, and I think you're going to have running backs who are going to be end zone boys.
Okay. You took 2 Jet running backs
Yeah.
before you
Well,
took a quarterback.
once I committed
and
to
Breece
Dalvin
Hall,
Cook.
Oh, before he took a quarterback.
Breece
Once I
Hall is
committed to-
coming off an ACL.
Once I committed to Breece Hall, I made sure to have the handcuff of
Before
Dalvin
you took
Cook.
a quarterback?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I
want
told
you.
you. Okay.
At some point today, I want you to go look at Geno Smith's stats from last
All right.
year.
All right. Last one.
He had a good year, no question.
Last one. I told you in this league you don't need a tight end. You can take wide receivers.
Yeah,
I brought this up with
Hawkinson
him
slid.
today.
All right.
Hawkinson slid very far before I considered taking him.
Here's the thing. So you took T.J. Hawkinson, who had 76 fantasy points last year. Not terrible. But here's who went after Hawkinson. George Kittle, 92 fantasy points last year. Deontay Johnson. Mason grabbed George Pickens, who I love.
Yeah, I love George Pickens' second year.
Gabe Davis, who's the deep threat in Buffalo, was there. You understand that all that matters is touchdowns and yards. I might cut Hawkinson. Why did you take a tight end?
Because Hawkinson fell to pick 70. What did I get him at? 73.
Right.
Projected 49. So from a perspective of production,
But you can see it's not a tight end league. You don't have to
it's
take
wide
a tight
receiver
end.
or tight end. Sure.
Yeah.
But from a perspective of production,
Why
especially goal line
Hawkinson over
production,
Kittle?
especially goal line production, because Hawkinson's got Kirk Cousins and Kittle has who?
Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy.
Yeah. Okay. For how
He's
long?
undefeated.
For how long?
Okay.
Undefeated till second week of the season when the Rams beat him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is kind of the one pick I was looking at that I do like. I think Hawkinson, if you hold on to him, I think he's going to score a lot of touchdowns.
He
this
will
year.
score a lot of touchdowns.
Okay, so Brian is big on
That's the
Hawkinson.
one I'm looking at your bench. Like I
John,
actually
he
kind of
slid
like that
so
pick.
far at the point of my pick. It was silly to not take.
So here, Tyler, I have a proposal for you.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay.
Take this team and run with it.
That's kind of
No.
Here it is. So I
Yeah.
want you to tell me, Mace.
Yep.
What would be a better bit for the show?
Okay.
Okay. So here's my proposal, Tyler. I hand the team off to you because you're obviously higher on it than I am. You make all the decisions. I will pay the league fee, which is like $230. If you win it, I said before I would split the winnings with you. And I sent you, did you take a look at the email I sent you that showed?
Yeah, this is far and away the most complex
Right.
fantasy league I've ever been
Okay.
a part of.
It's for smart
there
people.
are more
Smart
Excel
people.
spreadsheets.
Right. So
Yes.
you saw how much money you win if you finish in the top 5. You can make some
Yes.
serious money. If you lead this team to the top 5, I let you keep all the money. In other words, I'm basically handing you a scholarship. I'll pay the league fees for any moves you make. Costs $3-4 every time you make a trade or do a deal.
Yeah, and you have to like
Right.
send it by Raven to Lenny or
Right.
something.
Yeah, it's like the send
But
the Raven.
but
It's like
if
Game
you
of Thrones.
finish top 5, you keep all the money. Alls I take out is the league fee, and you keep the rest. Okay. If you finish 6, 7, 8, or 9, right in the middle, I'll pay whatever we owe. You don't lose anything.
Okay.
If you finish bottom 3, which I'm convinced you will with this roster, you pay the cost. And you can get Greg and Brian involved if you want. In other words, like if you guys want to take it over, Brian, if you want to get involved, you would get half of Tyler's winnings if you win, and you would have to pay half the fees if you lose. Brian, looking at that roster, can you get a top 9 finish out of that group?
Unless you made a key trade or
You
two,
can.
I
You
don't.
can make
You can
trades.
make trades.
Like looking off the base roster,
Yeah.
I wouldn't sign up for it.
You guys are insane.
Great. So, okay. Greg,
You're
you
insane.
walked out. You don't know if
Yeah,
you
I
heard the
had to- I did.
proposal. All right, so the proposal is I want to give this team to Tyler and have him run it. I'll pay the league fee.
Okay.
Okay? The $230, whatever it is. And if he finishes in the top 5, he keeps all the money, and you and Brian can jump in with him. So if you commit
I'm
to
not
it,
jumping in that.
you would get half the money. Like if he
No,
wins
no.
first place, you'd get $500.
There's not even a chance I'm in that.
Okay. If he finishes
Not with that team.
If he finishes 6 through 9, I pay whatever we owe. Okay? No no money comes out of his pocket. If he finishes in the top 9, all he can do is win money.
Okay.
If he finishes 10th, 11th, or 12th, he pays the loss.
Good luck, Tyler.
Tyler, are you interested in that? You know what?
Tyler, you've actually gotten John Ireland to quit playing fantasy football. Your team is so
Okay.
bad.
Okay,
Ireland's like, I
Tyler,
don't want
think
it.
about it. Tyler, think about it during the break, and give us your answer and come back. Mace, plan B, part B of
Yep.
that is, I go full Dion.
Oh.
I basically blow the whole team up in the first 3 weeks and trade everybody.
Do it.
See, so
I
but
like
That's
that.
fun.
No, but I think it's more fun to watch Tyler sweat.
I know, but
All right, so Tyler,
Don't
think
be
about
upset,
it.
Tyler. It's you
I'm
just
not,
drafted
I'm not
poorly.
tripping. It's okay.
No, Tyler,
Well,
just
Tyler,
talk
give us your
fantasy
answer.
football.
We'll
Tyler,
talk
give us your
football.
answer
Yeah.
when we come back.
All right, tomorrow it happens. The Mason and Ireland Par 3 Challenge to tee off the SoCal Hyundai ESPN LA Golf Classic. Team Mason, me, and owner Sam Pines versus Team Ireland, that's Johnny I and Corporate Greg, gets underway at 8 a.m. This Friday, tomorrow, and you will be able to follow the battle on social at ESPN Los Angeles, hosted by Morales and producer Lindsay Baseball. The Mason and Ireland Par 3 Challenge made possible by Black Bear Diner. Hey, listen, you did the tough thing during COVID. You paid your people, and you pulled your business through the pandemic. And now doing the tough thing could qualify you for up to $26,000 per employee at covidtaxrelief.org. Government funds are available to reward companies with 2 or more employees who stayed open during COVID. It's not a loan. You don't have to pay it back. Program, though, super complicated. Nobody knows more about it than the CPAs and the tax experts at covidtaxrelief.org. You pay nothing up front. They do all the work, and then they share a percentage of the cash they get with you. Businesses of all types qualify, including nonprofits and churches. You did the tough thing for your employees during COVID. Let covidtaxrelief.org get you up to $26,000 per employee. Visit covidtaxrelief.org. That's covidtaxrelief.org. covidtaxrelief.org. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN. Oh, you know what that means?
Michael's here.
MT is in the building.
Good to have you here, Mike.
Yeah, great to see you, man.
All right, but first of all, Tyler Whitman, who drafted for me last night, and again, Tyler, I appreciate you taking time to do it. Oh, where did he go?
He
shifted. I shifted. Yeah,
okay.
Bergman had to step out.
So, Tyler,
from embarrassment.
Do you want to accept my proposal? You keep all. I pay for the cost of the league. You keep all the money if you finish in the top 5. If you finish 6, 7, 8, or 9, no loss to you. I'll pay it. If you finish 10, 11, or 12, you pay the loss.
You think that I am not confident in this team?
Yes. I do.
Well, you shouldn't.
You shouldn't.
You are
be.
foolish to think
you
that.
have false confidence.
Do you?
And I will
confidence.
take your deal.
Pretend
wow.
confidence.
And this team will finish top 5.
Wow! I'm shocked.
Wow.
And Mace, after I beat you week 1, You're not going to want to see me the
week
following
one.
week.
Listen,
In week one, Mace is going to win by 30 points.
Oh, are you going to put mythical money on that?
Yes.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay, I will bet $5,000 on
That's it?
last place Mace.
That's not confident enough.
No, because I'm putting $5,000 more in the game tonight.
By the way, he doesn't have that much. Like, I've got $600,000. He's got less than $100,000.
Hey, I need you to miss a day so I get like $100
exactly.
grand. But no, Tyler, $5,000 on last place Mace on this week.
Just to win?
Yeah,
Or
win
to win
outright.
by 30?
To win outright. You think your team's so good. Just
Michael,
to win
do I
outright.
get to keep these?
Okay.
No, these aren't for you. These are for Bergman and Morales. I already gave you yours.
Yeah, well, how many golf balls does this guy give you?
Michael Thompson has brought in just hundreds of golf balls. Hundreds of loose golf balls.
Come on, Mike, let me have some. Let me have a small bag.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right, yeah.
Where does Michael get his free golf balls?
He's got a hookup at Callaway. He's got a friend at Callaway. That
Nice.
and that's the ball I play.
Yeah, perfect.
So it's a good deal.
All right, some of these for Bergman's and then you and Morales can split.
Okay. There you go.
There we go.
All right.
I'll
So,
give half these.
MT, what's up, man?
Well, I'm excited. I didn't realize. I did not realize it was kickoff night for NFL. I was
Get
thinking it was
out of
Sunday. I
here.
didn't
You're
realize-
such an NFL guy.
I know. I thought it was next Thursday. I didn't realize the first game was tonight. I cannot
Now,
wait to get
Michael,
home.
a lot of people are picking Detroit to upset Kansas City. I love the Chiefs tonight.
Yeah.
I think
Where's the game?
Kansas City.
Yeah. Even without Kelsey. Yeah. I mean, come
And
on,
without
it's
Kelsey and
Mahomes.
without Chris Jones.
Yeah. That guy. I mean, what is he doing?
Well, he wants money.
He wants more money.
Show up, get 20 sacks, and then get what's the name, Nick Bosa money. I don't
Yeah,
understand
boy,
it.
Nick Bosa got paid, huh?
Ooh, he's short, and he held out too.
170 million, right?
130 something guaranteed or something like
Does that make him higher paid than Aaron Donald?
Yeah, he's 34 million a year now. Aaron's at only 31.
Only 31 million for Aaron Donald.
Yeah, the money's gone crazy in the NFL.
Yeah,
it's
it
gone
has.
NBA money.
Yeah, I'm surprised that you didn't keep track. Now tonight it's 7 points, right? The Lions are 7-point dogs at
Correct.
Kansas City.
Correct. Last time I looked.
10,000 mythical dollars on the Lions, just like that. Bam, go Jared Goff. That's my boy.
I'm going to do a parlay. I'll have it ready for you later. It's basically going to be based on Mahomes killing the Lions.
Oh,
'Cause I
really?
think
So
he's
it's
gonna
like
kill the Lions
over
tonight.
certain yardage, over touch,
Right,
all that
right.
stuff. Yeah.
Right. So, Michael, the big news while I was gone, while I was in Pinehurst, was the Lakers got Christian Wood. What is that? I mean, does he play 20 minutes a game, 10 minutes a
About
game? What do
that.
you
The
think?
Lakers are so deep. It'll all depend on the rotations and how he's playing. And
Right.
So Darvin Ham will have his a lot of options to use, but yeah, he'll play 20 minutes or more than
The
that.
thing about him is he can score. He
Right.
doesn't play defense, but he can score.
Yeah.
And I think when he'll come in particularly handy is on the games that AD and or LeBron has to miss.
Can replace those points. He won't replace the
why does
defense, but can replace the points.
Why does AD have to miss games? He's 30.
Well, when's
Michael,
the last time he played more than 60
I'm
games?
just gonna guess he'll miss some games. I mean, it's totally it's not like I've seen this happen before.
Why be so
I think he's
pessimistic?
gonna miss
I'm always
a few
assuming
games.
guys are going to be healthy.
Yeah.
What's
Okay.
wrong with you guys?
No, I want AD to be healthy, and I would love him to play a lot of games. But I actually don't think the smartest thing in the world would be to play him 82
Oh,
games.
come on.
What?
How did Kareem play 80-something games at
Oh,
39 years
God,
of age?
here we
Yes,
go.
right, Mace.
Days
I'm
of
so
the
tired of
covered
this.
wagon.
Oh, the poor guys got to play 80 games. Come on. If I could do it, anybody could do it.
How many did your kid play last year?
Clay? But he was coming off a devastating, what do you call it? He didn't play. He
Well,
didn't start-
AD's coming off injuries. He's always
Yeah.
is.
No torn ACL or no
what
torn.
play 50?
No, but he came off of that. Didn't he started late, right?
I mean,
I'll look it up.
Your kid plays for the most load management oriented
I don't like
team
it.
in the
Yeah,
league.
I don't
he's been
like it.
Michael's been outspoken about
I've been.
that.
I hate load management. If you're healthy, you play. You don't have to rest. Listen, man. I played 82 games. I averaged like 78 games a year doing commercial flights.
Right, but
it's easy to do.
But playing in the 50s is definitely different from
how?
playing in the
How,
20s.
Mace? It's easier now.
No, people
It's
have gotten
easier.
smarter about this. People don't. Of course, they're smarter about it. Look at you're able to keep guys healthy. Now, if I show up at a game, I expect to see the stars.
There you go.
But
Clay
I
played
do.
more games than you think he did last year.
How many you play?
60?
What do you think?
65.
You say 60?
Yeah.
69.
Oh, 60.
Yeah,
Well, that's
and
a
he
good
started
year.
late, but
That's a good run.
because he's coming off two devastating injuries. I
Yeah,
understand
sure.
that.
Yeah.
But if you're healthy, you play.
Yeah, no, when I show up, I expect to see the stars, but there's nothing you can do to change that.
Oh, yes, you can. How about Kobe and Jordan did it?
Well, you know,
yeah,
they
but
did.
no, that doesn't change it.
Mace,
because
they did
used
something
to.
this year. Tell me if you think it'll make a difference. To make all NBA, which, like, Jaylen Brown's a good example of this. Had Jaylen Brown not made all NBA last year, when he signed that new contract this year, Michael, what
304 for 5 years.
Right. But because he was all NBA, they could offer him 304. If not, it would have been $70 million less.
Something like that, close around that.
So there's reasons for you to want to make all NBA.
Correct.
In order to make all NBA now, moving forward, starting
Right.
this year, you got to play 65 games.
So if I was Jaylen Brown or in his situation, I would make sure I played 65 games, right? If I knew there was an incentive to being all NBA, I would say let's do it. If you're not getting a payoff from being all NBA, then take the time you need to be healthy for the postseason.
How stupid is that? Ooh, I'm going to make sure I play 65 games, but not 64. Come on,
look,
Mace.
you guys are the problem.
Me?
Yeah.
What did I do?
You're the problem because you live in ring culture. It's all rings.
You're not wrong about
that matters
You're not
is
wrong
rings.
about this.
Yes.
Nobody cares about the regular season anymore. It's all about rings. How many rings do you have? He never won a ring. He's the best player who never. All that stuff. It's so ring focused that guys want to stay healthy for the playoffs.
Can I say this about the Lakers? This Laker team, the one that is going to take the court here in less than a month, Michael, is one of the deepest teams we've seen since you and I have been doing the games.
Yeah.
Mace, think about this. So they have everybody that made it to the Final Four last year. With Dennis Schroeder had to go and a couple other exceptions. Most of the rotation guys are all coming back.
Yep.
And they've added, all right?
Yep.
Added. Well, Austin Reeves is at a different level
yes,
now.
He
but
is.
So they've added to this mix now Christian Wood, Gabe Vincent, Taurean Prince. I mean, they're going to be deep.
Yeah, they had a really good offseason, bringing back Vanderbilt, bringing back Hachimura, bringing back Austin Reeves.
Right. And so they're going to, Michael, your Laker teams played 8 guys.
8 guys. That's all we needed.
The Warrior teams.
That's all you need, really.
The Warrior teams that kept going to the finals for 5 years went 10-11 deep. If Darvin wants to now, he can't. He can go 10-11 deep. Taurean Prince is a good player.
Yeah,
Gabe
nice
Vincent is a good player.
Yeah.
And now all these guys are going to be available to him. Christian Wood averages 17 points a game in this league. So you got all the guys that played last year. Vanderbilt, Hachimura, D'Angelo Russell. You get the big 2.5.
Yep.
LeBron, AD, Austin Reeves.
Big 2.5.
And Jackson Hayes can play.
Yeah.
I mean, they're deep.
Yeah.
I think they're going to have some really good options.
All right, coming up, we're going to spin the wheel of questions. It's Ireland's wheel today. He came up with a bunch of questions while he was in North Carolina.
Yes.
Join the Fun and Games department at Hollywood Park Casino on Monday. We're hosting a Monday Night Football Monday Night Football watch party, giving fans a chance to play $1 Million Mondays. Got to be present to participate. We will select 3 participants during our watch party, and they will have a chance, I'm not kidding about this, to win $1 million. Got to be 21 and over to attend Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, and play. Hey, if you own a business, and I did for a long time, I always look for extra ways to make money, and here is a great way for you and your business to make some extra money. It's Amazon Hub Delivery. So every day Amazon, if you jump in here, every day Amazon will deliver packages to your business. You and your staff will turn around and deliver them, and you get paid for every package you deliver with weekly direct deposits. You don't need any experience. You don't need to sign a long-term contract. And if you refer another small business, you get $500. Get some extra income for you and your business with Amazon Hub Delivery. Go to Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Only 8 games remain in the MLS regular season, and the Black and Gold have no time to waste as the battle for playoff position is heating up. LAFC! Saturday night, LAFC hit the road for a Western Conference clash in Portland, aiming for a crucial 3 points on the road.
Oh my goodness, Denise!
Los Angeles Football Club versus Portland Timbers. Pre-game coverage begins Saturday night at 7 p.m. on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
This is the 19th hole at Black Gold Golf Club, the balcony overlooking 18. This is where it's going to be. The 19th hole party, Friday, September 8th, Black Gold Golf Club, right after the ESPN LA Golf Classic starts at 4 p.m. Our friends Tequila Mandala will be out here. Sunday Swagger, the San Pedro Fish Market. You don't want to miss this, Jack. Come on, don't be gutless. Be here to party with us. 4 p.m. till ? Friday, September 8th, the ESPN LA Golf Classic, the 19th hole party with Beto Duran, Scott Kaplan, Corporate Greg, producer Lindsay, producer Laura, and me. We'll see you here, Jack.
Mason and Ireland here each weekday, 1 to 4 p.m. You know what it's time for? What is this? It's time for Wheel of Questions. Producer Brian Cohen, are you ready with that wheel? Hit it, Jack.
I'll be very interested, Michael, to hear what you have to say about this particular question. If, after dying, you can come back as any living thing other than a human, what would you choose?
Well, I love to fly, but then I want to be an eagle and have to eat field rats.
Yeah, they do eat
gross.
that, yeah.
Fish, I mean, you could be in the ocean. I guess I want to come back as an orca because they rule the sea. Nobody else with an orca.
Have you seen them attacking boats and stuff?
I mean, even great white sharks run from them.
Are afraid, yeah.
So I'll come back as an orca because I know nobody's going to mess with me.
Mace, how about you?
I have a animal that I'm a huge fan of. They're all over my house. I've got one tattooed on me. An elephant. I love elephants.
Wow, you'd be ridden
ironically
in a
the symbol of the Republican Party.
They're one of the smartest of all animals.
Right.
They're sentient.
They never forget.
They feel. They never forget.
By the way, how do we know elephants never forget? There's no way we would know that.
No, because here's the thing: elephants all know when to show up they have elephant funerals. You know how that goes?
Yeah.
Elephant funerals.
And they all show up.
An elephant dies, and all the elephants show up.
Oh, wow.
You want to be a bull elephant or just a regular elephant?
I'd like to be an Indian elephant.
Well, you get ridden. They usually just for
by the way,
rides.
you're not supposed to. And not all do.
No,
I went to an Indian or an elephant reserve where riding elephants bad.
Really? In India?
Bad for the animal.
Oh,
yeah,
for
it's
the
bad for the animal.
I know they do.
Tyler, if after dying you come back as any living thing other than a human, what would you choose?
Geno Smith.
Oh, man. This is going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, it is.
He's convinced he's finishing top 5.
He is so confident.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. You guys are you're gonna be eating a whole lot of crow in a couple weeks.
Sure.
Anyway,
I
would
covered
probably
my losses. I'm good.
I would probably be a duck.
A duck?
Because ducks can swim.
Yep.
They can fly.
Yep.
And they can walk on any terrain.
That's
they
actually
are
a
limitless.
very
I like that.
answer.
I like that. That's
Brian
good.
Cohen, what are you picking?
More thoughtful, by the way, than your fan.
Thanks, Mace.
Brian, what are you picking?
This one's easy for me. I'd be a dog.
A dog?
Yeah, dog's life. They're pampered, treated like kings in people's households.
Yeah.
I'd run something.
Yeah, I'd
also
like to come
eaten
back as one of
sometimes.
my dogs.
But you'll have to hope that somebody buys you and treats you right.
I'll come back as a golden retriever dog.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody
golden
loves
retriever.
them.
Okay, so Michael, you picked a killer whale,
Yeah,
right?
killer whale, yeah.
See, I would pick a shark.
Why?
Shark is good.
I want to be a great white shark.
But I'll be killing you.
Yeah,
I know, but I'll just stay away from you.
I'll just kill you and eat your liver. That's why they eat the great whites.
Is
by the
that
way.
right?
Yep,
They
love
eat their liver?
Their liver.
Yeah.
How
But
do you know so much about this?
Are you
I'm a
kidding?
genius.
Are you kidding?
I'm a
This
genius.
is what he studies all
This
day.
is what you're looking at on the internet all day
Exactly.
long?
That's
So
right.
we each picked an animal. Like none of us picked a tree or a flower.
Oh, a tree gets
or...
peed on.
I wanted to be a sentient being, right? I wanted to have a mind and
Michael
thoughts.
just gave the best answer where you don't pick a tree.
Yeah, sure.
Because
Right.
when people go to the bathroom on
exactly.
you.
Like Brian will walk by and pee on me. He's a dog.
He's a dog. Yes, he is.
Territory.
Okay, I want to play something for you guys.
We told you we coming. We told you we coming. You thought we was joking. And guess what? We keep receipts. God bless you, America. Ooh, God is good.
Okay, so last week we had this conversation, and I pointed out that Colorado's over-under was 3.5.
Right.
Now I anticipate that they will cover. So if you had that, if
Yeah,
you had
you
the
can't-
over,
you can't
you're
get
really
it
well.
anymore.
You know what?
You're doing
though?
well.
I didn't realize they won the national championship when they won that game.
They
Oh,
did
my
win a
goodness.
national.
But
it
did
was-
you
Talk about
guys-
over celebrating.
Did you guys talk about Travis Hunter
Yes.
Oh my
playing
goodness.
112 plays in 100-degree heat?
Yep.
On the two positions, Michael,
I tell
where
you,
you have to run the most.
After one game, he's the leader for the Heisman Trophy. If he keeps this up,
Well, I mean, he's Shohei Ohtani.
no, he won't do that, of course. But that was ridiculous.
No, Michael, he's not going to put up those numbers, but he is going to
Oh, yeah,
play
he's
both
both-
ways
that's what I'm saying.
all year.
But yeah, you're right. He probably won't play 100 and some snap. I don't think. But if he keeps this up, you got to give him the Heisman if he can keep this
Well,
up for another 12
that's
weeks.
what Dion says.
He's
Dion
right.
says give him the Heisman.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
it's
and
all,
by the way,
yeah, it's all crazy right now. But I'm just saying, if he keeps
But
this up
I'm
all year,
surprised you're not gloating. Last week I pointed out Dion. Dion.
I love
said,
Dion.
not gonna
I
win
believe
a
when he was asking her, "Do you believe?" Number one, don't ask the media if they believe.
Are
That's
you not
our-
a believer?
I am, but
You-
I'm
you
a fan.
have to believe.
I'm a fan, but don't ask the media if they believe. That's not their job,
Right.
Dion.
Poor Ed Werder.
I say, come
yeah,
on.
I mean, well, they kill everybody.
Ed Werder's trying to ask a question,
Listen.
and Dion's like, "Do you believe?"
Listen, okay,
Do you
listen.
believe?
Mace, Ireland, I was happy they won. I believe they could win. They proved me right.
Yep.
But my goodness, Dion, it's one freaking game.
Right.
Let's see what happens in 3-4 weeks.
Yeah, that's
I don't want
fair.
to look up and you be 2-4.
That's fair, but Michael, they were
I don't
21
care.
point underdogs.
Act like, you know what? Then act like you think you can win. They were acting like they just won the national championship. And I love Dion, and I believe Colorado's legit. But my goodness, guys, tamper down the celebration a little bit after one game.
And his son looks like an
Oh, yeah.
NFL quarterback.
I told you
His
Shador
son
could play.
is great.
Oh, he can
Yeah.
play.
Son is great. Now the son can come out after this year, but Travis Hunter has to stay another year.
Yeah. Which is stupid, isn't it?
Well, the other thing is,
Yeah.
so talking about Caleb Williams, who is, of course, the current Heisman Trophy
favorite.
winner.
And the favorite so far.
Right. I've changed my mind about him.
In what way?
You love him.
I do. I now think, I forgot about NIL. I thought there is no way.
Thank you. This is what
no
I said 2 weeks ago.
way he's coming back next year.
No.
But now, I forgot, Michael, we forgot about NIL.
Oh, please.
He's going to make, at
much?
USC
I have
this year,
heard-
he's going to make $6 million.
Yeah, I've heard 6.5.
6.5. That's as Ralph Cramden used to say, a mere bag of shells. Mere bag of shells. He's going to make that in endorsements as the number one pick.
but
But he
Michael,
can make
Plus his
Michael,
$15 million salary.
He's already doing Wendy's
Oh,
endorsements
please.
now.
Okay, so let's say he's making $6 million. He's going to make $30 million
Michael,
in his first year.
Okay, so
Let
here's
me-
my question.
Okay.
All right, Mace,
Yeah.
this is where I think you and I are both heading.
Okay.
Arizona is a terrible organization
Yep.
with a terrible owner.
So,
They're going to take him.
right.
He doesn't have to go.
Oh, please. He's the number one pick in the draft. Who's going to not go?
By
Just
the way,
because he's making $6 million at
No,
USC. Are you kidding me?
I don't think he wants to go to Arizona.
You know one of the reasons why he doesn't want to go to Arizona? Because Cliff Kingsbury is on the USC staff, and Cliff Kingsbury is saying ownership a mess, front office a mess. You don't want to be there. I was part of the mess, and I am glad to be gone.
Yeah, I actually think there is now a 50% chance he comes back next year.
he's gotta go.
Remember, Peyton Manning came back as a senior.
Yeah, but that's before the big money.
Number
Matt
one
Barkley,
pick in the draft.
Matt
No.
Leinart.
Matt
I
Leinart.
bet you $1 he's gone. The usual
Done.
bet Mortimer?
Done, Mortimer.
He's gone, man.
Done,
He's the
Randolph.
number one pick in the draft. He's going to be making all this money. And let's say he does go to Arizona. If he's this good, turn it around the way Deshaun Watson turned around the Texans before he started, getting him massages. Well, he did. He was that good.
By the way, Tyler,
Nobody's
that's another guy
arguing.
you could have taken, Deshaun Watson. He was still on the board.
I'm not touching that guy. No way.
By the way, during
Hey, that's what some of the ladies said, too.
Yeah, amen.
Nice.
Bum.
all right, coming up, let's do 2 o'clock call of the day. Michael's here. Everybody's here.
$6 million.
Including the worst fantasy football general manager of all time, producer
He is claiming
Tyler.
Tyler is quite confident that this roster, which I'm calling the worst in the 31-year history of the Hollywood Football League, will finish top 5.
All right,
I'm here for it. I'm here
2
for
o'clock call of the day. 877-710-ESPN. 877-710-ESPN. Big day as we get ready for the big golf tournament tomorrow at Black Gold. More on that coming up, too. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
actually exactly like Freeman.
It's what he asked for. I'm doing the Freeman.
Look like a car wash.
Oh, no, it's not the car wash.
It's the guy at the
We'll take it up with our new followers.
Yeah, how about that? Did you see that? That Paulie D and the situation they posted from social and Vinny all liked the tweet from yesterday of you doing Paulie
and Vinny
D.
quote tweeted us and says, "Hey, I'm Vinny," and then Mike the situation commented a gif of himself onto our thing. So we're basically on the Jersey Shore.
That's right.
That's
on
right.
the radar.
That's right. I like it. I like it. See, that's
on
right.
the radar.
That's right. I like it. I like it. See, that's right.
Radar.
That's right. I like it. I like it. See, on the radar.
They're threatened.
We're coming for them.
They're freaking threatened. DJ Paulie D is threatened.
My
Do the Q-tip. You know the Q-tip?
Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
And this Friday is the day. The SoCal Hyundai ESPN LA Golf Classic, presented by Coors Light and Hollywood Park Casino. It's happening Friday to benefit the V Foundation for Cancer Research at BG Black Gold Golf Club in Yorba Linda. We'll be broadcasting live all day long, all your favorite shows, plus, of course, the 19th hole party for the afternoon show on the deck there at BG overlooking the 18th hole. And special thanks to our partners, Elite Access, your dream, our lens, wedding production, photography, events, promotional content, and more. Access the Elite. Elite Access. Be sure to be listening all day Friday as we are live for the SoCal Hyundai ESPN LA Golf Classic right here on 710 ESPN.
By the way, I mentioned if I was going to come back as a non-human, what would I be? An elephant. You've heard my elephant impression, have you not, Mike? You've not? We actually have this on tape, and it's being used, I'm sure, all over the place. This is my elephant impression.
Sounds like a dying elephant.
It sounds like a dying bird.
Just like an elephant.
No.
Let's go to Brian for his reaction. Brian?
Talking to me?
Sound like an elephant? No.
I give it like a 3 out of 10.
3 out of 10. All right, okay.
Not even that.
I'll take that.
Sound like some kind of sick
An
owl.
elephant is hard to do. Can you do an elephant impression?
His is better than yours.
It sounded exactly the same.
I'm watching all those Tarzan movies,
it did
man.
sound. Well, look, we've got it on tape. This is Michael's elephant right here.
Who is that?
It sounds like you're blowing your nose.
All right, so 2 o'clock call of the day. Every day we take one call at 2 o'clock, 877-710-ESPN. Sometimes we take more than one.
You're going to regret this.
And we will jump to the phones right now, 877-710-ESPN. John, lines 1 through 42. What line do you want?
Get 42 for Worthy.
Worthy, oh yeah, take 42 for Worthy. I just got back from a trip with him.
Tim in Los Angeles, you're on line 42. Welcome. What's going on?
I would like to chastise you guys for when your producer described why he did not take Austin Eckler for Johnny I's fantasy team.
Right.
He called Eckler's team the San Diego Chargers.
He did. You're
and
right.
None of you professional Los Angeles, great journalists and hosts.
Wait a minute,
corrected
Tim.
him.
The Chargers aren't in San Diego.
I thought they were too.
Shock among shocks, they're not.
Yeah.
I didn't
No,
know.
I'm not a Chargers hater, but I'm a Chargers. And it sometimes just comes out wrong as San Diego Chargers.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
for
I
years we
understand
did
that. I know the team has little to no fan base.
Tim, are you part of their fan base?
No, I am not. I am a Ram fan from back in the days of Roman Gabriel and Deacon Jones, who lived long enough to see them come back.
Yes.
But as you guys you guys are great. But just because you don't cover the team or whatever, that's professionals. It would be like if somebody said the Brooklyn Dodgers, the St. Louis Rams.
Right. It takes a while to break a habit.
Tim, the amazing thing is that none of us caught it.
Yeah, we didn't even catch it.
Right.
There are like 5 of us here, and nobody
I don't know
caught
if that's
it.
more of an indictment of you guys or of the Chargers franchise.
It's an indictment of Tim the caller. That's what I say.
No, it's an indictment of them.
Boom, how you like that?
How do you like that
It
one?
can never be our fault.
Talk about nitpicking. Come on. Tyler said a while ago San Diego, and now we're getting chastised.
Oh, Tyler, you're the one that said San Diego?
Yeah, he's the
Okay.
one that said San Diego.
Yeah, I didn't even catch it.
Let's go to Chris in Palmdale. Chris, are you here to chastise us?
No, I mean, that didn't sound like an elephant. It sounded like a baby crying. It just sounded
I agree,
weird.
Chris.
Yeah, you don't. Obviously, you don't know
Mason
any
sounds
elephants.
like a big baby.
Yeah.
Good point, Chris.
Hey, guys, I want to talk about the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. No, it's okay, Mace. It's okay. Look, when we won the World Series, where we weren't hot in October. We were not hot in October, and we won it.
Right.
When we've been hot in October, we've lost everything. When we had the best
Chris,
record, we were hot in October. Yes.
Who's going to be your starting pitchers in a 3-game series?
In a 3-game series?
Right.
Okay. I can't say his name for the life of who's pitching tonight?
Ryan Pepio. He's just a guy. He's not bad, but he's, I mean, right now it's Clayton Kershaw and just a bunch of guys.
Clayton Kershaw, Bobby Miller, who threw really well against the Braves.
And then I really like Pepio. I think I don't know. He seems like he has something there. He's just holding. Like I said, though, every time we're hot in October, late September, we lose.
Right.
Whenever we're cold, last time we were cold, we won the whole thing.
Okay.
This is okay. No time to panic. Mace, both of you guys keep up the great work. Ireland, we love you in L.A.
Awesome.
Mace,
all right, man.
Thank you. So thank you for all the kindness at the end. So, the Dodgers pitching staff is in shambles. It's in a shambles right now. You saw Lance Lynn last night just giving up home runs.
That's what he
Lance
does.
Lynn does. They brought in the guy who gave up more home runs than anybody else in Major League Baseball and stuck him in the rotation. He did have 4 good starts. Now he's coming off 2 bad ones. Do you consider throwing Lance Lynn in a Game 3?
I don't think you can, Michael. I don't think you can pitch Lance Lynn in the playoffs.
No. But I thought you were all high on him a month ago.
A month ago he was good.
Yeah, I was. I mean, but
it's got time to turn it around.
But since then, we had the Urias situation. He's gone.
Yeah.
We've lost so much of what was our starting rotation that I think what we're going to see in a Game 3 potentially is somebody like Caleb Ferguson coming out for an inning, and then maybe to his point, Ryan Pepio coming in and throwing 3-4 innings till you get to the late innings, and you got to worry about the last 12 outs, and you go to your bullpen. I think that bulk starter idea is one. Ryan Yarborough can do that. Ryan Pepio can do that. Michael Grove can do that. Gavin Stone can do that. We'll see who makes the postseason roster. But I think we're going to see openers.
Geno Smith.
I know. Can you believe that?
I know.
Can you believe that?
Geno Smith. That's Jorge. Jorge, maybe the worst team ever drafted in the history of fantasy football.
Wow, producer Tyler, it is unanimous.
Let it rain.
You have absolutely tanked.
What if he wins the whole thing?
I got moisture wicking clothes on today. Let it rain.
Are you tanking for next year's number 1 pick?
I'm tanking for Caleb.
Yeah,
no, if he finishes last, he has to pay the whole thing.
You got to pay the whole damn thing.
Don't worry, fellas.
All right.
Top 5.
Yeah.
Top 5.
I was going to say this about if we can pivot to back to Dion.
Wait, before you go to Dion, take that call from Big Rob on line 44.
Hey, Big Rob on line 44. What's going on, man?
What's up, guys? Carl from Inglewood, always up to no good. But, hey, I just want to say real quick, I in my soul, I've been shaken up ever since I heard Rich Paul said what he said about LeBron James. LeBron James is the greatest athlete because he's been through more than Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, because he's in the internet age. Man, come on. When I look at Bill Russell, what Bill Russell went through when he played in the NBA when it was a racist era.
Yep.
He played in the most racist city of all, which was Boston. The fans hated him, but they loved him only because they was winning. I mean, hey, if it wasn't for guys like Bill Russell, LeBron James, he wouldn't even have a stage or a platform to even perform on. And not only that, he was talking about Michael Jordan. He didn't go through the internet age. If Michael Jordan would have went through the internet age, he could have ran for president and won president.
Okay.
So Rich Paul, he needs to stick to his game, signing free agents, and hide his head.
Okay.
All right, thanks.
Hide his head.
Here's why I think Rich had a point. I'm not saying I agree 100% that LeBron has put up with more than anyone ever. But, Michael, LeBron has been under a microscope since he was 14.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And it's very easy to get derailed.
Yep.
If you look at Tiger Woods.
Sure.
Got derailed. Even Kobe
do something
got
stupid.
derailed.
Yeah.
LeBron has lived his life in the public eye from the beginning. If you look at what he does with his money, how he started the I Promise School, how he invests in other companies, how he took Rich Paul and Randy Mims and Maverick Carter and gave all them a platform, and they all turned
Big
it.
deal. This is all. That's all nice and it's good, and you're right about all that stuff. But this is something that he chose to do. When Bill Russell went through, he didn't choose that.
Correct.
So you can't compare.
Well, there's not but really, Rich wasn't comparing to Bill Russell.
Well,
he was
saying
more comparing to Kobe and to
but he forgot
Michael.
about. But the callers he was forgot about with Bill Russell, and Will Chamberlain, Lenny Wilkins, and those guys had to go through during the civil rights movement.
Not a comparison. Not a comparison.
But
But here's the thing: I will say to Rich's point. LeBron has not made big mistakes. And that's not true of everybody.
If the biggest mistake LeBron made was the decision, which
that wasn't a mistake.
Right.
I don't know why people keep saying
I don't like that.
Why, Mace? Why?
I don't like it at all.
But Mace, he held a press conference
to
and
stab his own city in the face.
Mace, I knew he was leaving Cleveland. How come you from Cleveland didn't
I
know
did
that?
too.
Well, then why do it?
Because
why make Cleveland think they're still in it? No. Here's a Cleveland kid. No. They assume they're going to get, and then he puts on this big show. Of course,
all you guys in Cleveland had your head in the sand like ostriches. Ostriches do that, right? Yeah. You hide your head in the sand, not paying attention to your surroundings. I knew he was gone from over here. How could you not know that?
Then why do a decision?
Because
if it was already a done deal, then why do the decision and embarrass your hometown?
Was he not going to hold a press conference to announce where
he was
going?
A press conference is different.
How's that?
Drum roll.
Did you tune in?
Miami.
Did you tune in?
Yeah, I did.
There you go. See, it worked.
He raised
$3
million for Boys and Girls Clubs.
$3 million.
That was not a wrong thing to do.
So
get it.
Aside from that, here's the point I was trying to make. Can you imagine if Michael Jordan had played in the social media age?
Or Magic.
Or Magic.
Yeah.
Or Kobe.
Right.
There were, especially around Jordan, there were all sorts of conspiracy theories. Can you imagine what
all Jordan did was gamble.
Could you imagine what social media would have done with his 2 years back in the minor leagues and why was he there?
Yeah.
Was there a gambling? There was weird stuff about his dad and what went down with his dad. There's all this weird stuff that would have been speculated about. Mm-hmm. Your life is out there, in the public realm on social media, and it's unbelievable the number of haters.
Not only him. Think about Will Chamberlain, who never showed up for practice. Imagine how people would be killing him now.
Reacting
and
of
course, his social life.
Yes.
That he probably talked about. My goodness, he'd definitely be scrutinized.
Only 10,000, right?
20.
Oh, it's 20,000.
Come on,
I'm sorry.
Don't sell him short.
Didn't mean to short.
Exactly.
The great Will Chamberlain.
But now, what were you going to say about my boy Dion?
Oh yeah, so Dion. I want to read you something. This is Paul Feinbaum. I'll tell you what Paul Feinbaum said. Coming up next. How about that? Is that good with you?
Good.
All right, good.
I like it.
In the meantime, I am supposed to read this thing, and I will, as told. The 10th annual SoCal Hyundai ESPN LA Golf Classic, presented by Coors Light and Hollywood Park Casino, is tomorrow at Black Gold Golf Club in Yorba Linda. And even if you're not golfing with us, make plans to be with us for the 19th hole party starting at 4 p.m. with the afternoon show, thanks to Tequila Mandala, the official tequila of the 19th hole party. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
SoCal Hyundai ESPN LA Golf Classic presented by Coors Light and Hollywood Park Casino. It's happening Friday to benefit the V Foundation for Cancer Research at BG Black Gold Golf Club in Yorba Linda. We'll be broadcasting live all day long, all your favorite shows, plus, of course, the 19th hole party for the afternoon show on the deck there at BG overlooking the 18th hole. Special thanks to our partners, Birdie Corn Divot Tool, Barbecues Galore, and Genesis Invitational. Be sure to be listening all day Friday as we are live for the SoCal Hyundai ESPN LA Golf Classic right here on 710 ESPN.
Hey, what's up? It is the day after our fantasy football draft. One of us drafted a hell of a team, and the other, it's a scale 3 disaster. Is there such a thing as a scale 3 disaster?
Well, not according to Tyler. Tyler says he's number one, taking you down in the opening weekend.
There are people on Twitter that have chosen my team over Mason's team.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
I'm not alone in thinking that my team's better than yours.
You're believing stuff on Twitter now.
Well, why would you even post it if you didn't want to also believe things on Twitter?
There are things on Twitter that aren't true?
That is correct. There are things on
The
Twitter
internet
that
is
are not
always
true.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of the internet, I want to make a bet tonight.
Okay.
So this 3-prong parlay pays plus 950.
Tyler, write this down and make sure Greg gets it after the show.
Okay, so this is on DraftKings, available right now.
Yep.
I'm going to bet $1,000, so I would win $9,500 if I hit this. All right, it is Patrick Mahomes plus 250 yards.
Okay, I like that.
Patrick Mahomes more than 2 TD passes.
I like that.
Okay, and Chiefs win. Not cover, just win. But
Just
I have
win
to
outright.
hit all 3.
You said more than 2 touchdown passes?
Yeah.
That seems like a gimme to me.
Well, it's a DraftKings bet.
Yeah,
so,
that's a really good bet.
But I think 3 touchdowns is a lot.
I mean, I just got the Lions to cover.
Yeah, 3 touchdowns is a lot.
He's got to throw 3 touchdown passes?
Yeah.
More than 2. Got it. Yeah, no,
so I have more than 250 yards, more than 2 touchdowns, and a Chiefs victory?
Right.
Yes.
Got it.
And I get 9,500 if I win.
And you're putting 1,000
I
down.
lose 1,000 if I don't.
By the way, the mythical money, by the way, Tyler and Brian both got their mythical money, so they're officially in the game. But I am so far in front, John. Do you think there's any way you can catch me? I'm at $600,000, and you are at $75,000.
Well, I get it. You lose 100,000 if you miss a day.
Not happening.
I actually don't think it's happening. So I'm actually, because I can still bet my money until that bet is paid off. So I may be the first guy ever to be
go
more
in the red?
the black or in the red than in the black. But
Michael,
we'll
do you think I can do it? 58 straight shows?
You, the Joe DiMaggio of radio?
Yeah.
Impossible.
I've already done
Cal Ripken. Don't sell him short.
Well, DiMaggio just went 56 straight.
12, 13. I've already done 13.
You're off to a good start.
Straight?
13 straight.
No way.
Last year, my record
right.
is 49
Hold on
straight.
real quick. Mythical
Yeah.
money update, because
Yes.
the numbers aren't accurate on the page you have.
Okay, got it.
So John has 492,000.
That-
Or Mace.
shut up.
Mace has 492,000.
Yeah.
John has 145,000.
Okay.
Really? Okay, it's much closer.
Well, but if I lose to you, I'm only at 45.
Bergman has 137, and then Brian and I have 100K.
All right. So, but Base, if I lose to you, I drop from 145 to 45.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
that's
so
right.
That's why I'm in trouble.
You know what? I thought about this today. Even if I were to not be here, right? I would
Miss a
still
day.
be on the Comrex. That counts.
Yeah, you have to miss the show.
Yeah, I have to miss the show.
Yeah.
So even if I have to do it from somewhere else, it still counts.
So if you did 59 straight, how far into the year does it carry you?
November.
Late November.
Yeah, early November. Yeah, early November.
So
That's
he's got
Rams bye
to
week.
do all of September, all of October,
October.
and like maybe 10 days
No
into
way.
November.
Oh,
So I think you can do
What
it.
if you get
Michael.
sick? You still got to do it?
Get me the Comrex. I'm doing it.
All right. What did my boy Fangbaum say about Dion?
Okay, so Paul Feinbaum, who is the guy, he's probably one of the most recognized.
He is the most vocal college football voice in the country.
He's like. Do you think he's like what Beano Cook used to be?
Yeah, I do.
God, Beano Cook.
Still living?
No.
My
dad
used
used
to drink with them in Pittsburgh.
He
right?
drank at a place in downtown Pittsburgh called the Ruddy Duck, and my dad's bar buddy was Beano Cook.
He used to get cooked.
Oh yeah, he used to get cooked
at the Duck.
Exactly. So here is what Paul Feinbaum says about Deion Sanders. He says, at the moment, Coach Prime owns college football. And what I'm about to say sounds like hyperbole, but it's really not. He's the biggest name in college football today. The key word is today. They're a really nice program. He's owning the sport, but there is absolutely, I can't believe I'm about to say this, absolutely no way that Deion has a chance to be relevant past October.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, because of the schedule.
Yeah, because of the schedule. Schedule gets tougher. Pac-12. Can you believe Pac-12? Last year of the Pac-12, it's going to be really good. There's 6 teams in the top 25. The quarterbacks like Penix and Nixon and Caleb Williams and Cam Ryan. I mean, it's loaded with quarterbacks now. Sanders now. Yeah. It's going to be a very, very tough conference. And by the way, I think USC goes to Colorado.
Yeah, we used to think that was an easy win. Now, not so much.
Used to chalk that up as a gimme.
Their defense is horrible.
Colorado's. They did give up a lot of points.
Yeah.
Well, so is USC's, by the way.
Fine. Well, not this last week.
You're about to get Grinched.
They did tighten up, didn't they?
Well, against a 2-win
They still
team.
tightened up. What
was
else
the final
can you do?
score?
70-7, something like that. They only scored 7. Nevada scored 7. I forget how many we had, but it was a lot.
Yeah, I really want to see, and Feinbaum might be right. I want to see how Colorado responds. They should beat Nebraska.
And
they should beat Nebraska.
66-14.
14. Okay, so here's the thing that I'm going to go out on a limb with. I'm not sure if you guys agree or not. But if I was an NFL team and I fired my coach this year, I would try to hire Deion Sanders.
You would try to, but Deion said he doesn't want to do that.
He also didn't want to leave HBCUs.
No, he knew he was going to leave. I knew that.
But he said, I'm devoted to HBCUs.
Come on.
Now he's devoted to Colorado. If I was an NFL team and I wanted to be the shiny new object, if I want to be the guy with the coach, if I want to be the coach who's going to command a room and get a bunch of grown-up adult athletes to listen, Deion Sanders is a great choice.
Sure is.
And you become the hottest team in football.
You have to overpay him, probably give him $10 million a year.
You will.
All right, put yourself in Deion's shoes, though. Is that a better situation for him to go to the NFL? Let's say the money's the same.
Right.
He gets the John Gruden deal, $100 million for whatever.
But
10 years, $100 million.
Yeah.
In Colorado, he's unchecked. He can do whatever he wants. In the NFL, that's not the way it works. The coach isn't the most powerful guy in the room. NFL coaches get fired 7-8 every year.
Don't you think Deion is of a different?
Yeah, he's different.
He's different than just hiring some guy and sticking him in
Robert
the room.
Saleh. He's Deion Sanders.
Correct.
Every player respects him.
This is a guy who, when he walks into a room, he's a Hall of Famer. Right. He's charismatic.
One of the 12 greatest players ever.
Yep.
He really is.
Only guy ever to play in both the World Series and the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Played in both.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nobody else has ever done. No,
not the same day, but
Yeah.
Played in
he
played
played
NFL game, then
he
the World
played.
Series.
Yeah, he played for the Falcons during the day, and then for the World Series at night.
That was crazy.
He played for the Braves.
Unbelievable. Yeah, I mean, you're right. He commands respect from guys in the NFL. There's no doubt about that. The Aaron Donalds of the world definitely respect the Deion Sanders if he's talking to him. No question about that. But he said that he doesn't want to coach guys who just play for a paycheck, even though guys in college are playing for the hope to play for a paycheck. But so he seems to be, he's more suited to mentoring young men, like in college or in high school. That's what he said. But you're right. There's somebody's, maybe if he shows success in Colorado
and
this
by
year
the way,
and next
somebody
year,
could break the bank for the guy, too.
If he shows, I always said this, Mace. I remember when Florida State was looking for a coach. I said, about 2 years ago, they should hire Deion when he was at Jackson State.
When he was at Jackson
He's
State,
Florida.
sure.
Now I heard that Deion doesn't even talk to Florida State anymore. He has some kind of falling out
is that
with his
right?
alma mater. It's crazy.
Michael, somebody just sent me a story about you that I have never heard.
Okay.
Okay.
I wasn't there. I was in the Bahamas.
Here it is. Date July 27th, 1989.
What?
Okay. So you're playing for the Lakers.
Yeah.
Michael Thompson of the Lakers entered a plea of not guilty to a charge that he stole golf balls from a golf driving range.
That's where I got all those from.
Thompson was cited for a third-degree theft charge.
No, I wasn't.
For taking less.
Wait a minute.
No, I wasn't.
For taking less than $50 worth of golf balls from the driving range.
Michael!
Now, how did this story
Do you have
end?
a record?
Number one, I was never cited.
Okay.
I took the golf balls. I was at the driving
From
range.
a driving range?
Because it was a
Yeah,
neighborhood.
they're right here.
You
it's right there.
You put the money in the machine, you
No,
take
no.
a bucket, and you walk
They're
away.
right here.
There they are.
Yeah, it was my neighborhood driving range. I was at the driving range hitting a bucket of balls. I said, I got to run someplace. I got to go. So I took the balls with me and came back later. And they thought I took the balls and didn't come back.
Oh, so it's a case of
well, they're going to watch. If you're an NBA player, they're going to watch it.
Yeah,
but they say I was cited. I was never cited.
When you came back, were they nice?
Somebody obviously cited
nice?
you.
Oh yeah.
When you said,
nice.
"Hey, I brought these back,"
there was a misunderstanding.
So I played the Ireland card today.
Doing
What
what?
do you mean?
I got pulled over.
Okay.
Really?
Now, Michael, I have a theory. Before you tell the story, I have a theory that if you're extremely nice to the officer, you have a decent chance of getting a warning. Did it work, Mace?
So, I was doing 85 and a 65.
Okay.
Wow. Did
that doesn't make me like a Georgia football player.
Did you ask the guy, do you know who I am?
No, I did not. I said, when he came to the car, I said, "Officer, I am so sorry.
This is what I told you to do.
I know I was speeding. I was late for work, and I am very sorry."
It's a good start.
And he said, "Let me see your license and registration." He went back to his car. He checked everything out. He came back. He said, "I'm going to let you off with a warning."
There you go. That's right. It pays to be nice.
If you be nice.
Now,
I've been nice, and they still gave me a ticket. But it was my fault.
Okay. Well, what I heard from a lot of our black listeners that it wouldn't work if you're a black guy.
Oh, that's worked for me before, and
Has
I'm
it?
black.
Has it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys let me off before with a warning. But
Yeah.
the last time I got pulled over,
I'm 3 for 3. The
Yeah, I
last
know.
3 times I've been pulled over, I just kill them with kindness, and they let me off.
I was disappointed though, and I was speeding. I was doing 87 or something like that on the I-5 going south.
Yep.
This was after we got home, Ireland.
Like at 1 in the morning.
2 in the morning.
Yeah.
Nobody else is on the freeway, and I do look for cops as I'm driving.
Right.
I don't know how I missed this guy, but the next thing I know is lights on behind me.
Yep.
I'm doing 87, but there's nobody else on the road. I can't believe he pulled. Well, he pulled
That's
me
the
over.
worst case scenario. If you're by yourself and you're speeding, it's harder.
Did he give you a ticket or
Yeah, he got me a ticket. And I was nice, and he was nice. And he just said, "Just pay it if you want to pay it." But I really thought he was going to let me off.
Pay it if you want to pay it?
Because I wasn't in because I don't have to go to court.
Oh,
I just
okay.
paid it.
Yeah.
So I figured I'm not endangering anybody because the highway's deserted. There's no one around. It wasn't like I was going between cars or endangering it. But so anyway, he got me.
Yeah.
God, I was so mad.
All right, Mace,
sucks
this
is-
from
Yeah, go ahead. I was going to say, every day on the 10, there's a cop. And I always...
Did you not see him?
I didn't see him this time. He's always somewhere different, and I didn't see him this time, and that's how he got me.
This from Christopher Holmes and the Mason and Ireland Mafia. Anyone who celebrates going to work 12 days in a row seems like they won't last much longer. No offense, Mace. I'm the same way.
I take offense. I take offense.
But what you do, you enjoy working, right? This
I
is
do.
fun.
I do.
So you shouldn't look for it. You shouldn't even call it.
I do look forward to it.
So why do you take so many days off?
Because I've contracted for them.
Mm-hmm.
Do you leave days off on the table?
Kind of, yeah. I have before.
I always do.
Yeah. 'cause
You
I enjoy
always
going to
do.
work.
But you're
I'm an
insane.
idiot. Yeah. Thank you.
You're
True.
completely insane.
Yeah, when the loose cannons, I never took days off. I look forward to going to work.
Yeah, no, it's fun. I love this job. I said I'll never retire. Never retire.
Yeah, as long as you're healthy, you should.
I'll
keep
be
working.
sitting here in 10 years.
This from Greeza.
Yeah.
I'm super into this Tyler the horrible fantasy GM bit. I hope he really believes, and it'd be hilarious if he finished dead last.
Oh, can you imagine?
Sounds like I got the whole crew on my back. Let's go.
I hope you win it. I hope you win the whole
I fully
thing.
intend to.
Yeah, I'm rooting for you, kid.
I'm sure you are.
Except on Sunday.
See you week 1.
Yeah. Right. We play on week 1. We play Sunday.
This Sunday.
Yeah, this Sunday.
Starting tonight.
I might
Are
have
you
a player.
playing either one of the Chiefs tonight? Are you
No.
playing Sky Moore or Kadarius Toney? Okay.
No, because I don't know how the Chiefs' offense is going to pan out. We don't know the status of Travis Kelce.
Are you playing the rookie Lions running back?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
We'll see.
Yeah, we will see.
All right, coming up next for you, there is at least one major football broadcaster who doesn't agree with the prognosis everybody has for the Rams. I've got that coming up next for you. The 10th annual SoCal Hyundai ESPN LA Golf Classic presented by Coors Light and Hollywood Park Casino is tomorrow at Black Gold Golf Club in Yorba Linda by your Southern California Hyundai dealers. It is your journey. Own every mile in a brand new Hyundai. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Yeah, don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles, and we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
What's the line? Rams and Seahawks on Sunday. Is it 7?
No, it's 5.5.
Yeah,
5.5.
That's
Seahawks by
I put
5.5.
on them.
Right, and I put a
30K
bunch of
on the
money on it
Seahawks.
too. I put 10.
On who?
Did you?
The Rams.
You
Why?
didn't put any money on the Rams.
Well, then give
Would
me
you like
10.
to?
Yeah, give me 10K on the Rams plus the 5.5.
Okay, 10K on the
That's
Rams
a
plus
weird
5.5.
bet, man. No Cooper
I'm gonna
Kupp.
win 2 bets in one
Look,
weekend.
are you denying the force that is Van Jefferson?
Yes.
What about Puka Nacua? This could be his coming out party.
Cool name. Never heard of him as a player.
Tutu Atwell?
You hate Tutu Atwell.
He's this tall?
Exactly.
Yeah, he's not the tallest guy around.
Who's the commentator? Is this guy pro-Rams or anti-Rams?
He is pro-Rams. So Kyle Brandt, who is
I like
on
Kyle Brandt.
Good Morning Football, right?
Yeah.
Great
Used to
show.
produce Jim Rome's show
Oh, is that
way
right?
back in the day, yeah.
He says, I think we're going to have a fascinating year from the LA Rams and Coach Sean McVay. I think Sean McVay is going to coach his ass off this year. This is a legacy year for him. I love what the Rams are doing, and I'm going to pick the Rams to be in the playoffs. I believe in coaches as much as anybody does. If we were saying Sean McVay is the next great coach following Belichick or Lombardi, I don't abandon that. I think McVay will get them home. I believe in McVay, and we could go up and down the roster and depth chart, but he will find find a way to win enough games.
Listen, I love Sean McVay. Comes on the show a lot. Great guy. It's a players' league. If you don't have talent, you can be the best coach. And look at Greg Popovich.
Yep.
Hall of Fame coach. Last 3 years, Spurs haven't sniffed the playoffs.
Right.
Because they don't have players. Michael, you got to have players.
Oh, yeah. That's what wins championship, baby.
But
Players.
I would not put anything past McVay. I think coaching, there's just a handful of coaches you can say this about in the NFL, that they can scheme their way out of a talent deficit.
All right, so
Like who?
wait a minute, Mace, if that's true,
Yep.
how do you explain 5-12 last year?
Injuries.
I would say
But they have injuries again this year.
No, but nothing like last year. Last year they had lost 3 offensive linemen before the season even started.
The coach, that philosophy makes. I think the coach who probably did that the most is Belichick. Even though he had Brady, his team wasn't really loaded with like Pro Bowl talent.
That guy
right?
hasn't won since Brady. He's not even made the playoffs.
But
without Brady.
they've been relatively around the playoff.
Is that
edges.
what we're looking for? Relatively
Well,
around the
if you
playoff
don't,
edges.
if you don't have players like the
Right.
stars,
Yeah.
right.
No, I'm not ready to. First of all, we haven't seen it. Number one, we haven't seen it. We don't
They
know
were
what
out.
it's going to look
They were
like.
outscored something like 120-30 in the preseason.
And none of the starters played.
Yeah.
I mean-
some did this year,
some
but not very
played their
many.
way into roles.
Yeah.
Some they used it as
Michael,
an
is
audition.
this a red flag or not so much? The Rams drafted 14 players.
Mm-hmm. They're all on the roster.
They all made the final roster.
A red flag. I mean, yeah, that means they're going to be pretty bad this year. All rookies, all those.
Why are
rookies.
you taking cigarettes out of your backpack?
Oh, they're
going to smoke one.
candy cigarettes.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, he loves his candy
I love
cigarettes.
my candy cigarettes.
I
Remember
used to
you
love
use
getting
these
those from
kids?
the ice cream truck.
It's like working
yeah.
with an 8-year-old. Those should be. Aren't they illegal now?
Yeah, they are. You got to get them online. You can't
Is that
them
where
in
you get
stores.
them?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't encourage.
Real quick,
kids
back to week 1 of the NFL. Since
Yeah,
we're still,
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
we're still
yeah.
semi on the topic.
Okay.
So Seattle's playing the Rams week 1. They
Right.
play in Seattle.
Right.
So I've got a question for you. There's active streaks right now for week 1 wins.
Uh-huh.
The longest active streak for week 1 wins belongs to which team?
Between the Rams and the
Kansas
Seahawks?
City.
No. Just
Kansas
in the
City.
NFL. Kansas City is correct. So there are 3 teams behind Kansas City that have 4 wins.
In a row.
4 wins
Is
week
Seattle
1
one
in
of
the
them?
NFL.
Yeah, you're obviously going to go Seattle. 'Cause
Seattle's
all
one of them.
roads.
Who are the
lead to
other
Seattle.
two?
New Orleans and Brian Cohen's team.
Yeah.
The Chargers?
The Chargers.
The Chargers.
Yeah.
Huh. I think the Chargers are going to have a war on Sunday.
Yeah, that's
Miami
a great game.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a coin flip. It's
Yeah,
gonna be a
that's
great game.
a tough game. By the way, Miami fans, there are a lot of Miami fans in LA.
Yeah.
So it is going to be.
Yeah.
Do you ever go to the games?
I've never been to SoFi.
You've never been to SoFi?
It's overrated.
Oh, we got to get you in there. It's not
John,
overrated. It's
SoFi's so
spectacular.
nice.
Have you been?
Yeah, it's so nice.
spectacular.
How long did it take you to get out?
I don't want to talk about that. It's super nice,
How
though.
long does it take to get out of any place that holds 70,000 people?
I can get
or
out of the Coliseum pretty
75,000
fast. So
people?
can you.
I'm parked in somebody's front yard at the
Right.
Coliseum.
Exactly.
That's what it is. I'm parked at the liquor stores. I'm parked in at the liquor store where I paid $75 to park. That's how it works at the Coliseum.
Yeah, one time it took me 2 hours to get out of Dodger Stadium.
Oh, well, Dodger
Stadium is a whole other animal.
Don't even get me started.
Michael won't even stay to the end of Dodger
John,
games.
get this.
I leave in the 6th inning.
John, get this about our really crappy fantasy football team.
Yeah.
Matthew Berry says that Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery will each finish the season as a top 15 running back. Each of them.
So wait, they're going to have 2 top 15 running backs on
That's
their
what
team?
Matthew Berry
I think
says. He's also big
we might
on.
be having Matthew Berry on tomorrow.
He's also big on the
Yeah,
Breece
we are
Hall,
having him. He's going to analyze
Dalvin
our
Cook
rosters
duo.
for tomorrow.
All right.
And by the way, our new gambling guy, Joe Fortenbaugh, is going to be with us on Thursdays at 2:15 starting next week.
All right, perfect.
I like Joe Fortenbaugh.
Yeah, I always see him on that gambling show.
Yeah, he does a lot of that stuff. Does a ton of that stuff. All right, one more thing I wanted to get to before we get to What's Up, Fool. I'm watching on TV. I'm watching our friend Colin Cowherd the other day.
Yep.
And he said that his life has changed because he's getting testosterone shots.
Okay.
Now, what exactly is there? Can I get them? Are they good for you?
What's the product, Tyler, that Frank Thomas and Doug Flutie advertise?
That's Nutrigenic.
Something T. Total T, something.
Total
That sounds
Genic,
right.
something like that.
Nugenics, Total T,
yes,
something like that.
yeah.
That's a testosterone
But he's
booster.
saying he's getting a shot.
Michael, what do you think? Do we need to get testosterone boosters?
Go to the gym. Be a man.
He says he throws more weight around because he's on testosterone shots.
You don't need to do that.
By the way,
You're
Tyler,
naturally-
I would totally try it.
Colin's prediction for the NFC West:
Yeah.
Arizona last,
Okay.
Rams third, Niners second,
Okay.
Seahawks win it.
Wow.
So,
Would you look at that?
So there's somebody in your.
Sounds like somebody did their homework.
There's somebody in your corner.
Poor Colin. Proof that we don't all get him right all the time.
All right.
We'll see. Showdown Sunday.
It is big day.
Don't tank, Mace. I'm betting on you.
Believe me, I'm not tanking. I'm going for the win this year. All right, coming up for you, we're going to do some What's Up, Fool? We've got producer Tyler and Brian to throw stuff at us. In the meantime, I used to own a business. Owned it for 35 years here in Southern California. And I was always looking for a way to make some extra money, and now I got a way for you and your business to make extra money. It's Amazon Hub Delivery. So here's how it works. Every day Amazon delivers packages to your business. Then you and your staff deliver them. And you get paid for every package you deliver with weekly direct deposits. You do not need any experience, and you do not need to sign a long-term contract. And if you refer another small business, you get $500. Get some extra income for you and your business with Amazon Hub Delivery. Go to Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Support.
The tournament will benefit the V Foundation for Cancer Research.
It will take place at Black Gold Golf Club in Yorba Linda on Friday,
All right, when I think me, I think golf. Don't you? A couple of years ago, I challenged John Ireland.
Oh, that one sounded really good. Yeah, that one was better. Remember, full swing, hit the sand.
We'll get there. He kicked my ass. Now, for some reason, they put me into a par 3 challenge at the 10th annual ESPN LA golf tournament at Black Gold. It's me and the owner of the station, Sam, versus corporate Greg and John Ireland. God, Sam better play good this day.
And we've been very excited that What's Up Fool is made possible by our friends at Dos Hombres. In fact, we've got a special guest voice. Take it away, guest voice.
What's Up Fool is brought to you by Dos Hombres Mezcal. It's fate. It's friendship. It's mezcal. Dos Hombres.
Well, that I don't. So I simply say, take it away, Corporate Greg.
Thanks, Morales. I came back for a little bit. I just want to ask a What's Up Fool question.
By the way, can we just point out, this afternoon, you are filling in for George Sedano?
Yes, I'm filling in for George Sedano today.
So it's Cappy and Bergman.
Long day for you.
Yes, it's every day is a long day.
Have you done one of these shows here at the I'm trying to remember. Did you ever host a show at the station?
I hosted shows with you.
Yeah, that didn't make much of an impression, apparently.
Yeah, oh, God, you're so funny.
What's your What's Up
done.
Fool thing?
All right, so I was talking with Michael before the show, and we were talking about Victor Wembanyama. How many games realistically do you think he's going to play? First of all,
50.
I'll go 10 more. I'll say 60. What do you think, Mike?
He's 19. He's young.
Not what he should play, what he will play.
Knowing Greg Popovich and how he disrespects the fans by resting stars, what he does, and disrespects the schedule, I'll say out of 82 games, he'll play 63.
63.
Okay. So let's just say he plays 50 games. I like that. I like that
Okay.
number. The number of 50. How many games does he play at home, and how many does he play on the road?
Probably.
He'll play them all at home.
No,
that's 41 games. That means he's only going to play 9 games on the road.
No, I don't think he'll play all. He won't play home back-to-backs.
I can't imagine him playing back-to-back.
But the point of it is, Michael's talking about how you have to. Victor Wembanyama has to play at those places.
Yes.
He goes to New York. He goes to Miami. Goes to L.A. He has to play. But
the biggest attraction.
How much do you let your fans see him, and how much do you let
Well, I mean,
other
look
teams
at
see
look
him?
at what Cleveland and in Cleveland last year, what Golden State did to him. They sat.
No, it was New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Yeah,
they
went.
sat
They had
everybody.
they had 2 games in New Orleans, and the Warriors benched Steph, Clay, Draymond, Wiggins.
Total disrespect.
For both games, and when they asked Steve Kerr about it, he goes, both games were the second end of back-to-backs on the road. No interest in playing our guys in those situations.
So do you think he should play more games at home or more games on those roads so the other teams can see
In general, I think that if you are going, I'm with Michael, I don't like load management, but in general, if you're going to load manage, you should do it on the road. You shouldn't screw your home fans.
So 41 games
I think
at home.
If he's going to, using your scenario,
Yeah.
I would say 35. He'll play 35 home games
and 15
miss
on the road.
15 road.
So
games.
here's the thing about that. So a lot of people in San Antonio bought season tickets because they got Victor Wembanyama.
Exactly.
If they show up at a game and they don't see Wembanyama, it's
So
really unfair.
35
that's what got
out
you to
of
buy
41 is pretty good.
That's actually really good. That's really good.
Yeah, so that's why, Greg, I think he'll play 35 home games
and then 15.
and miss 15 on the road.
No, play 15 because we're saying he's 50 games total.
Okay, yeah, there you go. Yeah, so I think he'll sit a lot. We'll see. Hope not.
What's up, fool?
All right, so I saw this before we came in. Travis Kelce might be out. The line dropped 2 points.
Ooh,
and so
2 points.
BR Betting says Kelce is worth 2 points. And they also put out a list of the players, non-quarterbacks, that changed the spread the most. And they had Tyreek Hill at the top, saying he'll change the spread 3 points, give or take.
How many does Derrick Henry change?
Oh, Derrick Henry, I didn't see him on the top 5.
Wow.
Right. So
really?
After it was Hill, Kelce, and then Jefferson. So who do you guys think are a couple other players that have the impact like that?
Well, I think the Rams are going to suffer without Cooper Kupp. I think that should move the line. I think it did.
I think
move
actually
the line.
Cooper Kupp might have been 5 on that list.
Yeah.
What about
if the Chargers didn't have Eckler?
What about
that
Debo?
Actually, McCaffrey was ahead of Debo.
Oh, McCaffrey.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a handful of non-quarterbacks that would make a big difference.
Travis Kelce moves the line 2 points.
2 points, yeah.
And Tyreek Hill moves the line 3
points. That's what their BR.
So that's the
is.
most significant. It's 3
Right.
points for Tyreek Hill. Wow. Yeah, I think Tyreek Hill's going to have a huge year.
Probably. We draft him, Tyler? Nope.
Didn't draft him.
What's up, fool?
Could have had him instead of that rookie from Detroit.
You said,
Yeah, what's his name?
You said, I'm going to have Tyler draft for me.
Don't worry.
You're gonna regret this.
Exactly.
Don't worry.
Okay.
Jameer Gibbs is a household name by the end of the season.
Okay.
All right, here we go. The Pat McAfee show.
Pat McAfee.
McAfee.
Yeah.
McAfee?
No,
McAfee.
So not the antivirus on my computer, but
Correct.
Now
you got it.
Okay, got it. So his show debuted today on ESPN following a bit of a delay largely because there was concern of his use of expletives on his program.
Just like Mason.
As a compromise, the show airs today on a delay in order to be able to allow programming to, bleep out the expletives.
Right.
And, get this, and there's also a disclaimer before the show which reads, "Warning. The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on the show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some, quote, cuss words, because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further. Cheers, The Pat McAfee Show."
Right, now Pat clearly wrote that.
P.S. Don't sue us.
Don't sue us.
Okay.
So my question is, if this show required a disclaimer, what would it say?
Don't pay attention to anything these two idiots say.
That's
the
it.
disclaimer. I remember one time, I told this story over the weekend. Mason and I used to do a TV radio simulcast.
Mm-hmm.
And the TV breaks were different than the radio. So we'd be on TV for like an extra 60 seconds after we'd leave the radio. And one time Mason was yelling at Dave Singer. He goes, "Dave, you make..."
I would call it calling out to Dave Singer.
You said, "Dave, you make the same effing mistake every day." And then you realized we were on TV and you went, "Oh, F, I can't say that when we're on TV." And the greatest thing was our boss was Jeff Proctor.
Yeah.
And he comes up from downstairs and he waits for a break and he opens the door and he goes, "Mason, what the F?"
What about this for a disclaimer?
Mason's prediction based on no inside information or specific knowledge. In other words, he's talking out of his ass.
What about that?
Incredible.
I just happen to have that.
That's the first time I've heard that.
Accurate.
I love that.
Yeah.
There you go.
What's up, Foo?
All right, so I was talking to Funches before the show, and he shared this story with me. An incarcerated man, Joe Garcia, wrote an essay for The New Yorker talking about how Taylor Swift's music helped him survive time in prison. So my question to you guys is, if you were locked up and can only listen to one artist over and over again, who are you choosing? That's going to help you out.
Mine's easy. Prince.
Okay.
I think he's a musical genius. Michael, is yours Bob Marley?
Yeah, probably Bob Marley.
You know, there's a biopic about Bob Marley coming out that's supposed to be really good.
Looks really good.
Mine would be U2. They got so many albums, too. There's so much music that goes along with U2. Yeah. So that would be mine. Taylor Swift got him through prison, huh?
Yep. I wonder what his cellmate thought of that.
Yeah.
What's up, Foo?
What kind of mood he was in.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, so this is an especially good question because Michael's in today.
Okay.
So there's adjusting for inflation, and then there's this. New age barbers have lost their minds thinking they can charge what they're charging for a haircut. Reports have it that a haircut from a popular barber could range anywhere from $100 to $1,000. If they have a big following on Instagram and a celebrity frequents them, the price could go even higher than that. And this is all allegedly. But Mace and John, and obviously Brian with your luscious curly locks, what's the most you've ever spent on a haircut? Michael, you've had hair at some point, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
What's the
Black
most
barbers.
you've ever spent on a haircut?
Going to a black barber. I used to go to Junie down there in Orange County. And he's a lot of fun to go to, but I got tired of waiting 4 hours to get my hair cut because, snip, snip. Hey, man, how about them Lakers? Huh? Blah, 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 blah. Snip, snip, just keep talking and talking.
Yeah.
Good stuff. But let's see. The most I ever spent, probably $20, 30 with tip.
Yeah, I'm higher. I'm like, the place I go to in Venice is like 60.
Yeah, I know. It's 100 plus a tip. I mean, it's a
Flat
total of 100. In other words, the haircut, which is usually 70 and $30 is a tip. Yeah.
Okay. What about
That's
you, Brian?
what Blake and Amber get.
That's not bad.
Oh, this might surprise you, but I don't pay for anybody to touch his hair.
No, you
Does
handle all that
your
yourself?
fiance cut it?
No, my sister actually went to cosmetology school, so whenever I see her every few years, she cuts it. So,
Every few years?
When's the last time you got a haircut?
last June, so over a year
Whoa.
now.
So Brian typically sports a buzz cut. He just hasn't seen his sister in a long time.
No.
No. Yeah, you got hair on you, man.
Let it grow.
Let it grow.
Yeah, I think
Apparently. Just some
60's the most I'll ever spend on a haircut, no matter what. Yeah, I'm not willing to go.
I'm around like the 40 line.
You look like you've got a $60 haircut.
Thanks, Mace.
I have a $70 haircut.
You should keep the compliments
the other
coming.
day, my son goes to Supercuts.
Oh,
And the
yeah,
other
sure.
day, my wife said, let's mix it up and go to Floyd's, which is another
Yeah, I
barbershop
love Floyd's.
chain.
Sure, Floyd's is great.
So for him to get his haircut at Supercuts is $30 plus tip, like $28 plus tip. Normally leaves $35.
Sure.
Floyd's is double that.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
No.
look it up.
Floyd's haircut is $40.
Well, look it up again, because I'll look it up right now.
Well, does he also get his beard cleaned up and everything?
No. He just, when I looked at it, I think it was $50, and then you add the tip, and so it's $60.
Right.
Instead of $35.
I've never
So,
spent more than $45.
Do you go to Floyd's?
Yeah, Floyd's.
Okay, I'll look it up.
Yeah. By the way, you know what I really like
Does it-
is those places where you go. I think Floyd's does this, where they take the hot towel and they wrap it around your
Yeah,
face.
so there's like an added-
and then
there's an added thing.
They give you the really
Right.
tight shave.
John, does he get a wash too?
No.
So he goes in there only for a cut.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, it shouldn't cost
Googling
more than $40.
the Floyd's Barbershop in Hermosa, which is the one that he would go to. So it may
South Bay, so it may be more expensive.
Yeah, it may do that.
All right, you do that. We'll move on.
Okay.
What's up, fool?
You guys ever been to Sports Cuts?
No, they used to be an
but
advertiser.
They were an
though.
advertiser for a long. I'm no objection to it.
Yeah, when I did get my hair cut back in the day, I did like that place.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
used to do the towel and everything, but yeah, having the game on, it was always like Sports Center or something on.
Yeah, always,
It's pretty
always.
nice.
Yeah.
And you don't have to talk to them if you don't want to. I'm watching TV.
You don't. Oh, right. Right. I have stupid conversations with my barber.
Well, that's what Michael was saying.
Just filling up time.
Yeah, just talking about current events, talking sports, talking
He
about movies.
Talking about movies, TV. He watches every podcast I've got, and then he wants to talk. He watched your podcast.
Yeah.
And was a big fan of you.
All right, so
Not
here it
Stepdad
is.
Leo, huge fan of your podcast.
Here it is,
Yeah, let's hear it.
Tyler.
Yep.
Mid-length cut,
Okay.
$47.
Oh, mid-length.
Floyd's,
So he's got a head of hair.
No, Floyd's cut, our standard short haircut for hair length following above mid-ear is $38.
Yeah.
So if you did that with a tip, you'd be close to $50.
Yeah, that's true. I usually get close to. I think I leave a $10 tip.
What's more
so.
irritating, a talkative barber or a talkative cab driver?
Cab driver.
Cab driver?
Can I just say again on this North Carolina trip, I used Turo, and it was spectacular.
Explain what it is again. It's where you.
Turo is Airbnb with cars.
Right.
So in this case, we had 4 guys, all with golf clubs and with personal bags. So I needed a big SUV.
Yep.
So we rented a Ford Expedition. This guy, RD, meets us on the curb, pulls the car up to the curb. We walk out with our bags. He gets a ride home from his wife. Leaves us a car. I call him when we get back to the airport. He's standing on the curb. I drop off the car, and that's it. And instead of paying like $160 a day, which is like the minimum you can get from a car rental place now, it was like $80 a day for a huge car.
Good deal.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, I've used that a few times. It's
Use
great.
Turo,
Yeah.
use Turo, use Turo. It saves you tons of money, and you don't have to return it. You don't have to go to a car rental place.
Well, where do you leave the car when it's done? Same
He-
spot?
He met me on the curb when I was texting with him, and I
God.
said, "You want me to leave it in short-term parking, which you can do
Yep.
because you can lock the car with an app." And I said, "I'm happy to do it." He goes, "What time are you bringing it?" I go, 4:15. He goes, "I'll meet you there." Met me there. Boom.
Bam.
Yeah, nobody's driving my car.
No, that's great.
Well, no, these are all people that put their cars up for rental.
No, I understand.
There you
I
go.
would never
You
sign
wouldn't
up
do
for
it.
that.
What kind of car do you drive?
I have a Mazda, but I just
But
don't
I
like
understand,
anybody
right? You
getting
should
behind the
do-
wheel of my
right.
car.
You should only do it if you have an extra car that you want to use
Right.
to make money.
Right.
What happens if you have an accident in their car?
You're insured through your insurance.
your own
and you can
insurance.
also add more insurance if you want.
Okay.
But you're covered. I'm assuming you have the same insurance as
Yeah,
me.
sure.
You're covered for whatever car you're driving.
Right. Okay. Got it.
So you're good.
Insurance follows me. Got it.
But it's awesome. It's the 4th time I've used Turo, home run every time.
Nice.
Really, really good.
All right, I got one more for you guys.
Okay.
All right.
Been a lot of talk of airlines and all the hullabaloo going around with them.
Lot of hullabaloo.
Yeah, don't fly American.
Thank you for bringing back the word hullabaloo.
I'm going to Chicago in America.
Yeah, well, get there early and prepared to get there
Michael,
late.
when you were a kid, they used the word hullabaloo, didn't they?
Oh, yeah, we still do.
Hullabaloo.
That's right. I like that word.
There was a radio host in Los Angeles named Dave Hull, and they called him the Hullabalooer.
The hullabalooer.
I like it. That's
Yeah.
a good one. All right, well, 2 passengers on Air Canada were removed after they refused to sit in vomit-marked seats.
Oh,
When you say vomit marked, there's vomit stains on the seats?
The airline says that they had it cleaned with, coffee grinds and perfume to mask the smell. But when the 2 passengers got there was still smear marks of
Okay.
vomit.
Oh, for
Now-
God's sake.
But here's
Tyler,
the
you still
kicker.
have your finger on a button?
There's a
Because I'm only
kicker?
hearing half of this.
There's a kicker to this?
Yeah, the kicker is after they complained, the airline threatened to put them on the no-fly list.
What?
And had them pay a rebooking fee. So not only did they, threaten them with the no-fly list, they made them pay extra.
Which airline?
Air Canada.
Oh, my goodness.
Michael, you're a germaphobe. What would you do if you went out there and you saw vomit stains on your seat?
You can't sit there. How can they expect anybody to sit there?
There's absolutely no way.
I had the weirdest thing happen on this flight last night. All right, so this guy gets on the plane.
Yep.
And we were ridiculously late, so they're trying to get the plane to take off. And he's near the end of the line, and they shut the door. And he looks at his phone, he goes, I got to get off. And the flight attendant goes, we've shut the door, sir. We're backing away. You can't get off. He goes, my brother is in the bathroom, and he's supposed to be on this flight, and I can't leave him here by himself. And they go, well, we can't let you off.
No, you can't let him off.
He goes, okay. Went back, sat in his seat. His brother missed the flight.
Yeah. You can't do that because you could be a terrorist and you can say, I got to get off and leave your luggage on.
Right.
Yeah, once they close the doors.
Yep.
Because everybody been to that situation where it's like, no, the plane's there. Just let me through the door. It's right there.
Yeah, right.
Like Ben Stiller, Meet the Parents.
The plane's sitting on the tarmac.
Open the door.
Let me go through the tunnel.
Right.
What's
that
up,
it, guys?
That's it.
Excellent. All right, coming up next for you. If you've got Spectrum cable, you probably noticed that there's no ESPN. We will dig into that a little bit. Plus, The Ringer has put out a list of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. We'll chew on that. Mason in Ireland, Michael Thompson sitting in with us, 710 ESPN.
Only 8 games remain in the MLS regular season, and the Black and Gold have no time to waste as the battle for playoff position is heating up. Saturday night, LAFC hit the road for a Western Conference clash in Portland, aiming for a crucial 3 points on the road.
Oh my goodness, Denise!
Los Angeles Football Club versus Portland Timbers. Pre-game coverage begins Saturday night at 7 p.m. on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Los Angeles, KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
And this Friday is the day. The SoCal Hyundai ESPN LA Golf Classic, presented by Coors Light and Hollywood Park Casino. It's happening Friday to benefit the V Foundation for Cancer Research at BG Black Gold Golf Club in Yorba Linda. We'll be broadcasting live all day long, all your favorite shows, plus, of course, the 19th hole party for the afternoon show on the deck there at BG overlooking the 18th hole. Special thanks to our partners, Maestro Dobel and Bushmills. Chart your own course. And, of course, Dobel, the official tequila of the ESPN LA Golf Classic. Be sure to be listening all day Friday as we are live from the SoCal Hyundai ESPN LA Golf Classic right here on 710 ESPN.
I want to send out best wishes to a friend of mine. He and his wife are splitting up.
Really?
Yeah. And he says the way he knew it was going to happen, because he told me weeks ago he thought it was going to happen.
Interesting.
Is that he saw his wife staring at their wedding picture for a very long time.
Really?
And he said,
and it was a tell, he thought.
She's reconsidering everything. And sure enough.
How long were they married?
They were married for a year and a half.
That's it?
That's it. And she's staring at the wedding picture, and that was
Well, did you see
what
that
told him.
Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner broke up?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Sansa Stark from Game of Thrones?
Yep.
Yeah, so that was sad.
Yeah, that's too bad. All right, let's do this thing. So if you've got Spectrum, you know that there's no ESPN, there's no ESPN2, there's no ESPNU, there's no Channel 7. Because
none of the Disney channels,
None of the
right?
Disney channels. Yeah. So some major dispute going on here, and so we can't watch ESPN. Now, John, you pulled it. Explain.
Okay, so this is, and by the way, Michael and I are in a weird spot here because obviously Spectrum.
Yeah, you're hamstrung.
Has a unique relationship with the Lakers, and we work for ESPN, so we're really hoping the two sides make.
Don't
a deal.
worry, I'm pissed off enough.
Okay, but this particular soundbite, this is an expert on CNBC, and this particular soundbite is interesting because it applies to you, Mace.
Yes.
Because you have Spectrum. And he says that if you have it, you're probably going to have to find another way to watch ESPN. Here's what he said.
Charter feels more confident that if they lose access to Disney Channel, ESPN, ABC, that consumers now have easy choices, meaning they're not going to cancel Charter broadband. They'll keep their Charter broadband, and they'll go get YouTube TV. They'll go get Hulu Live. They'll go get Sling.
All right, so Mace, is that you? If this dispute drags on, and we hope it doesn't, would you just keep Charter, keep Spectrum, and find another way to get ESPN?
I said this yesterday. Spectrum is on the clock.
Okay.
Because if Monday Night Football does not air this week, if they don't resolve this in time for this Monday Night Football game.
And today is Thursday.
I'm switching to DirecTV streaming on Tuesday.
Yeah, I have DirecTV now.
You have the dish on your roof now.
Yeah.
See,
This
you can do streaming, yeah. So
I
here's
sure
what
hope they work it out.
Here's what I found out. So DirecTV streaming, and this is for anybody that's out there wrestling with Spectrum right now. It's $99 per month, which is, by the way, I think half of what I pay Spectrum. $99 a month. You get the Dodgers, the Lakers, and all the important local channels. And you don't have to pay the exorbitant fee that Spectrum charges you. And you get Disney, you get Channel 7, you get ESPN, all that stuff. So I am definitely going to switch, John. You finally rigged me into this thing. I am going to make this switch if they don't have it resolved by Monday.
Well, let's hope they do get it resolved because a lot of people, I mean, and it's a terrible time because people love football and
yeah, I mean, literally, if you have Spectrum, you cannot watch Monday Night Football.
You know, that's these disputes tend to turn up at the start of either football season or the fall, TV schedule or whatever. So, hopefully they get it all worked out.
Well, Spectrum, figure it out because I'm definitely switching, and I'm not alone, by the way. If they think
Michael and I are both DirecTV guys, so it doesn't affect us.
If they think that people aren't going to notice, aren't going to be upset, aren't going to be disgruntled, aren't going to be pissed off, they're just living on the moon. This is huge. I watch every day on ESPN. It's a ritual. I watch First Take and then I watch SportsCenter. That's my everyday thing. I don't have my everyday thing now. And by the way, I went to Channel 95 and I saw our old friend Keyshawn doing something. Channel 95 is the FS1. I had to switch over there because I don't have ESPN.
Right.
I'm not going to go without ESPN Spectrum, so figure it out or I'm going to DirecTV. And I'm not alone.
Let me ask you about something. This is a different story.
Okay.
Last year, Michael, when Alabama played at Texas, the Longhorns wouldn't give any good seats to the Alabama students or the band, so the band didn't come. Mm-hmm. They stuck them in the corner up in the upper deck. So now they play this year in Tuscaloosa, and Bama is returning the favor. they're basically not giving Texas any seats. And a lot of people that Texas want to go to the game. One of the things I love about college football is that there is a give and take between both sides' fan bases. If you ran a team or a school, would you stick it to your opponent or would you treat him the way you want to be treated?
I'd stick it to my opponent, put him up in section 700.
You would?
Yeah.
The Celtics used to do it to the Lakers when you played. They stick Dr. Buss way up there.
And I would expect if my team's going to travel, I expect them to do the same thing back.
And by the way, they already did this to Alabama. Why wouldn't Alabama do the same thing? You deserve a bad deal deserves another.
I remember.
Tit for tat.
Tit for tat,
Our
exactly
mutual
right.
friend John Black told me there used to be a guy that ran basketball back in New York, a guy named Lou Lamoriello.
Okay.
He was in charge of, I can't remember if it was the Knicks or the Nets, and he refused to give the Lakers any tickets. He basically said, look, we don't have them. They're all sold out. And they said, well, we need these for our owners and, some of our players. And they said, no tickets. You get none. And I said to John, I go, so are you going to stick it to them when they come back? And John said, absolutely not.
Really?
When they come back, we're going to accommodate. We're going to treat them like we treat every other team, because I believe that treating people the way you want to be treated eventually works.
I believe in winning. Go up there to the corner of the
you guys both
stadium.
would stick it to
them.
them.
Stick it to them.
No kidding.
Right.
Any advantage you can get.
I find
especially
in life,
when they use the advantage against you.
I find in life treating other people the way you want to be treated almost always works.
Yeah.
So if
even if somebody did it to you, you wouldn't respond.
I don't think I would.
Come
I think that it, like, let's say if I was running the Lakers and we're playing the Celtics, and the Celtics said, "You guys get no tickets."
Right. And then they come out here
and
and
then
they expect to get tickets?
Well, if they come out here, I would say, what did you get when you were a player? Every player gets two?
Two.
All right. Every player gets two. That's what
even though you didn't get any there.
Correct.
Oh, come on.
Correct.
Treat people as you want to be treated. In
Ireland.
other words, if they treat you badly, you treat
That's
them
not how
bad.
I want to be treated.
Sure, wait a minute.
They started it.
It's you want
but
to
that's
be
a war.
What's the expression again? You want to be treated the way
I want to treat people the way I would want to be treated.
But you weren't treated nice.
They didn't do it.
Right. You
but
weren't
that doesn't mean
treated
I'm
well.
not going to do it. I'm going to treat everybody the same.
So Pollyanna.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, and it might be a sucker position.
It is.
But I think that one of the great things about you're a Ram fan, you've been to road games all the time, is that you can get tickets.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's true.
But under the new Mason plan, you would stick it to the Ram fans.
Yeah.
And I just don't. I think it leads to
you give respect when you get respect.
Yeah, I don't get that. If I treat everybody the way I would want to be treated, then it all works out.
Right, but they
in the end.
disrespected you.
Yeah, I know.
Why would you give them
That's
better
their problem.
treatment?
That's not because I treat everybody that way.
You know what they'd call you? Sucker.
I know.
Soft.
Yeah, maybe
gutless.
Maybe
Yep.
Tyler,
LA
Tyler,
boy.
what do you think?
LA boy.
What would you do? Would you treat people? Would you give tickets to the visiting team, or if they stiffed you, would you stiff them?
I'm stiffing them back.
There you go.
No
That's
way.
right.
Boy, am I in the minority on this one.
Ryan, what about you?
Yeah, if they did it to me first, right back
Yeah,
at
big screw you.
Oh, softy over here.
I'm on Ireland Island. Remember Revis Island?
Yeah.
I'm on Ireland Island.
Yeah.
So Pollyanna.
It sure is.
All right, so coming up next for you, John, I want to do this. First of all, one of the Dodgers starting pitchers has spoken, and it's actually kind of funny.
Okay.
Plus, who are the best quarterbacks in the NFL this year? The Ringer did a list, and we'll go through it coming up next as we get ready for the start of the 2023 NFL season tonight. The Kansas City Chiefs hosting the Detroit Lions. The 10th annual SoCal Hyundai ESPN LA Golf Classic, presented by Coors Light and Hollywood Park Casino, is tomorrow at Black Gold Golf Club in Yorba Linda. Special thanks to our title sponsors, our friends at Coors Light, keeping Southern California chill all summer long, and Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, play. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN. All right, so obviously the Dodgers pitching rotation is in a shambles. Last night, Lance Lynn got lit up by the Miami Marlins, and Bill Plunkett caught up to him. I'm trying to see if this was last night after the game. I just came across this.
They're in Florida, right?
Right. He gave up his 40th home run in that game. Leads Major League Baseball by a lot. And Bill asked him about it, and he said, I mean, once you go over 30, who gives a blank? It's true.
Well, I really don't care if he gives up home runs as long as they win, and last night wasn't even close.
No, not even close. Not even close. And he was giving up. He gave up multiple home runs last night, and this is
they
just
have a
who he
real
is.
problem when they get to the postseason with starting pitching. I don't know what they're going to do.
Well, and I'll tell you, have you changed your position on let's not face the Braves?
No, I want to face the Braves. I want the Dodgers Braves. I don't think the Dodgers can beat them anymore.
No. That's why I'd rather face Philly. I'd rather face somebody that we can't beat.
They won't face the Braves in the first round.
No, but
they both have to win.
In the NLCS, I would rather face somebody
Michael,
other than the Braves.
Where do you weigh in on this one? Mason, the Dodgers and the Braves are the two best teams in baseball. That was a great series they had a couple of weeks ago. I want to see Dodgers Braves in the postseason because it'd be really fun to watch. Mason wants the easiest road for the Dodgers
to a world championship,
to get to the World Series, and doesn't want the Braves. What do you think?
You both make a lot of sense. It would be exciting for fans to see the Braves and Dodgers go for the chance to go to the North American Series. but I do understand what Mason's saying too. You want the easiest road possible to the championship.
When you were playing, you won 2 titles with the Lakers, right?
Yeah.
You had to go through the toughest. You had to go through Boston and Detroit.
And before we got there, we had to go through Clyde Drexler and the Blazers, or Karl Malone and the Jazz.
So doesn't it mean more that you went through them?
Yes, it means more when you can beat your toughest opponent as opposed to say, well, we beat Milwaukee, but we went through Atlanta. Yeah, that means more to your ring.
Here are 3 words that should scare everybody. Braves in 5.
Maybe.
They have got a lot of pitching. They got the Cy Young Award winner Spencer Strider. They got Bryce Elder. They got Charlie Morton.
Max Fried.
They got Max Fried. I mean, they have got a real big-time rotation. And if we can get them knocked out before – and by the way, baseball, crapshoot, anything can happen. Ryan Pepiot could be great. Maybe Ryan Yarborough gives him 6 sparkling innings at some point. So it's not impossible, but
the fall of Ryans.
Right. But, I mean, we lost 3 out of 4 to the Braves.
Right, but the Saturday night game was close.
It was close.
Yeah.
We were in all the games.
Right. And the Thursday night game was the best game. The 8-7 game
was great. And Bobby Miller was great in Game 4. They really needed that.
Did we mention officially that Travis Kelce's been ruled out? He has. He's out.
Okay.
So no Travis.
I think earlier we said that, but yeah.
No Travis Kelce tonight. No Chris Jones for the Chiefs. I'm still betting on the Chiefs.
Lions plus.
You get 7.
7. Lions plus 7. Let's go, Jared Goff. Let's go, Dan Campbell. Bite some kneecaps off.
Come on, Jahmyr Gibbs.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
Oh, my God.
What happens if
Producer
Jahmyr Gibbs doesn't get
Tyler.
on the field tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, he's playing.
What if it's all David Montgomery?
It may go down as the worst individual draft pick ever.
Right.
If
David
David Montgomery
2 touchdowns.
gets 40 snaps and Jahmyr Gibbs gets 5.
Okay, so I want to do this. It is first day of the NFL season, and The Ringer did a survey of all of their writers and their football people and all that stuff. And they have come up with a list of the top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL. Now, the names are obvious. The order is the part that is interesting.
All right, Michael, let's
to
see if
me.
we can figure out. Patrick Mahomes, number 1.
Yeah.
Obviously number 1.
Okay, Josh Allen, number 2.
Obviously number 2.
Josh Allen's number 2.
Yeah.
Of course.
I thought Joe Burrow would be a big
Joe Burrow,
number
number
2.
3.
Number 4.
Number
Who's
4.
number 3? Who did we miss?
Well, obviously Aaron Rodgers is on the list.
No. Hold on.
We got to go in order?
He's trying to get us to get. We just got to name the top 10.
Top 10.
You think Aaron Rodgers is still a top 10?
Number 7.
Yeah,
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers is a stud.
Hey, you are so down on the Jets. I think the Jets are going to be really good.
All right, so Michael, who else would be in the top 10?
Justin Herbert.
For sure. Yeah, Justin Herbert.
Number 3.
Okay.
So we got Mahomes, Allen, Herbert, and Burrow, with Rodgers at number 7.
How many left to get?
You have 4 to get.
Okay.
Oh, only 4 to get.
Lamar
No strike
Jackson?
yet.
Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, I got to put my boy Lamar in there.
Number 5.
Yeah, Lamar's a stud, man.
So you've got you need number
I need a list
6,
of
8,
NFL
9, and
teams.
10. 6, 8, 9, and 10.
All right, Michael, let's see. I don't think Matthew Stafford's there. Do
You
you?
don't think so?
No.
He's still a solid quarterback. We get Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts, of course.
Number 10, which I don't quite get. Jalen Hurts
Yeah, it's better than that.
probably led his team to the Super Bowl, is a multi-dimensional guy.
Michael, here's a weird one that Mason would bring up. I don't believe it, but maybe he's there.
Mm-hmm.
What about Jared Goff?
Yeah, he had a good year last year.
All right, Jared Goff.
That's one
I
strike.
can't believe I picked Jared
Exactly.
Goff.
My
No,
boy.
I'm going with
All right,
Jared
what
Goff.
about Kirk Cousins?
No, well, he could be there, but I'm going with Dak.
No, God,
No?
no. Yeah, terrible.
Top 10?
No, terrible.
All right.
Kirk Cousins.
Oh, so we're down to one strike.
You guys say Tua yet?
No, I don't. Man, he ain't no good.
He's learned how to fall.
Yeah, they could have had Justin Herbert
He's a
over that guy.
professional faller now.
He's a professional. He's very good at falling
It can't
now.
be Russell Wilson. It can't be
No.
Jimmy G.
You've mentioned a couple of the names.
Is Dak one of them?
He's got to be.
Number 7.
Yeah, Dak's a good quarterback. Don't listen to Stephen A. Smith.
Wow. All right, how many are we missing?
You're missing number 6, number 9, and number 6 and 9. That's it.
Oh, Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence is number 6.
Okay.
How
You're
much
missing
more?
one, and you've mentioned his name.
And we have 2 strikes.
Correct.
We
mentioned his
have
name.
mentioned his name, so I don't think it's Russell Wilson.
It can't be Tua, can it? I mean, come on.
Tyler, you think it's Tua?
I think it's Tua.
All right, Tua.
I knew it, man. He ain't that good.
Now, you really went to producer Tyler on this, the guy who drafted your fantasy football team?
If it's Gino, I'm going to scream.
It is Matthew Stafford at number 9.
We did mention him, yeah.
Yeah. So that's it. Mahomes,
So
Allen,
think
Herbert.
about that, Tyler. There are 12 teams in the fantasy football league, and you take a quarterback who's not in the top 10.
That's actually a really good point. I'm trying to see where
He's a sleeper pick.
He's number 13.
Who's 11 and 12?
Kyler Murray is number 12.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Brady, just in case, is number 11.
Yeah, these is based off of last year's stats, is it not?
Yeah.
Well,
that's all we
that's
have.
What you're
But what I'm
basing
saying,
Geno Smith on is last year's
He's only going to be
stats.
better. His team got better.
Yeah, but again, you're complaining that we're using last year's stats.
No, it wasn't a complaint. I was just asking if it was last year's. No, that wasn't a complaint.
Who do you guys all think? Let's call it now. You can change it as the season evolves. But
Okay.
if you had to pick the 2 teams that are going to end up in the Super Bowl, who would you take? For me,
Philly and Kansas City.
I go Kansas City, San Francisco.
God, I hope San Francisco's not there. God, that would suck.
So who are your 2?
I am going Cincinnati, Philadelphia.
Not crazy. Brian?
Yeah, I go Cincinnati 49ers.
Tyler?
It's going to be Philadelphia and Kansas City.
A rematch. Rematches
Rematches
are
are
very
rare.
rare. That's why I went Burrow there, or Cincinnati.
I do like
there.
Cincinnati. I think Cincinnati could definitely make a run. I just think Kansas City hasn't really fallen off yet.
Yeah. And in the NFC, I can't see anybody beyond
Philly
San Francisco and Philly unless, somebody gets hot.
Dallas could be good.
Okay, so here's a hypothetical, and this is not to continue to toot my horn, but let's say hypothetically.
Well, no one else is going to toot it, so go ahead.
Let's say hypothetically the Seahawks do make it out of the NFC West.
All right, you and Colin Cowherd picking the Seahawks in the NFC West.
Do you think that they have a chance to go
No.
further than the credit you're giving them for?
No.
Well, I don't like the Seahawks. I mean, I like Pete Carroll, but I think Geno was a one-year wonder. I don't know. By the way, I think the receiver Mason got might have more catches
JSN?
than Metcalf.
The rookie.
JSN is wide receiver 3. I don't think he's going to outdo.
JSN, I think, has a chance to win Rookie of the Year.
He's not going to outdo Lockett and Metcalf. He won't.
I would imagine Bryce Young gets Rookie of the Year. Or
Carolina would have to
Jameer Gibbs
win.
is going to win Rookie of the Year.
Oh, he says Jameer
Bijan
Gibbs.
Robinson.
Bijan Robinson.
Bijan's a good
I think
pick.
Bijan Robinson's
You're
a good
right.
pick.
That's the favorite, I think.
Yeah.
That's the favorite. All right, Michael's game is coming up. We will do that. And in the meantime, I want to make sure. I've got a tease here, a really good one. Three's Company. That's what you'll be seeing every Monday night. Apparently. Tomorrow it happens. Finally, the Mason Ireland Par 3 Challenge to tee off the SoCal Hyundai ESPN LA Golf Classic. It's Team Mason, me, and owner Sam Pines versus Team Ireland, Johnny I and Corporate Greg. Gets underway at 8 a.m. Friday, and you will be able, that's tomorrow, you'll be able to follow the battle on social at ESPN Los Angeles. Wake up early and log on. It's hosted by Morales and producer Lindsay, the best broadcast team in America. The Mason and Ireland Par 3 Challenge made possible by Black Bear Diner. Let me tell you about my buddy Jacob and Ronnie. So, sports is full of rivalries, right? Football season now here. Pro football kicking off tonight. My man Jacob wanted to talk to you about his rival. You know who my friend Jacob's rival is? It's the insurance companies. Every day is a rivalry game for Jacob. It's okay because Jacob has scouted the competition. He knows what they're going to try to do. Jacob is able to counteract their attempts to lowball you. And you don't pay a penny out of pocket. Jacob's able to cover your medical, your car rental, get you, and ultimately get you the settlement that you deserve. That allows time to physically recover while not having to stress about any incoming bills. Jacob has been doing this for more than 25 years. Experience matters when you're dealing with the insurance companies. Don't take a chance. Call Jacob. Let him continue to beat his rival on your behalf. Call Jacob, 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Or remember,
accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
CallJacob.com, and make sure you're following Call Jacob on Instagram and Facebook. Go to @call.jacob to enter a contest about his new campaign. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Only 8 games remain in the MLS regular season, and the black and gold have no time to waste as the battle for playoff position is heating up. Saturday night, LAFC hit the road for a Western Conference clash in Portland, aiming for a crucial 3 points on the road.
Oh my goodness, Denise!
Los Angeles Football Club versus Portland Timbers. Pre-game coverage begins Saturday night at 7 p.m. on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
This is the 19th hole at Black Gold Golf Club, the balcony overlooking 18. This is where it's going to be. The 19th hole party, Friday, September 8th, Black Gold Golf Club, right after the ESPN LA Golf Classic starts at 4 p.m. Our friends Tequila Mandala will be out here. Sunday Swagger, the San Pedro Fish Market. You don't want to miss this, Jack. Come on, don't be gutless. Be here to party with us. 4 p.m. till ? Friday, September 8th, the ESPN LA Golf Classic, the 19th hole party with Beto Duran, Scott Kaplan, Corporate Greg, Producer Lindsay, Producer Laura, and me. We'll see you here, Jack. ESPN.
Oh, we're back. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN. Michael Thompson hanging out tonight. First night of the NFL season. Kansas City hosting the Detroit Lions and our old friend Jared Goff. And joining us right now is the COO of the Los Angeles Rams, Kevin Demoff. Kevin, how you doing, man?
First day of the season. I think everybody's excited to watch some NFL football for real tonight.
Yeah, it does feel good. It's almost like it must be like Christmas for you, right?
Well, last year we were playing in this game, so as the defending champions, that's Christmas.
Yeah.
This is a nice appetizer to that, but our goal is to be back playing on Thursday night in the kickoff game, hosting it as defending champions, not just watching on television.
So, Kevin, you're a very talked-about team in the NFL, basically because of injuries. Cooper Kupp, who is the best receiver in the league, out indefinitely, according to Sean McVay. What's your level of confidence for the Rams to start the season, coming off of 5-12, and now without Cooper Kupp?
Well, look, I think as Sean says, you always want Cooper Kupp out there. We're a better team with Cooper Kupp. But I think if there's a silver lining, it's that Cooper really wasn't part of the offseason program as he rehabbed from his injury. He, participated somewhat in training camp, but basically the group of receivers who Matthew and the offense have been throwing to all offseason, all training camp is the group that's going to play, as long as Cooper's out. So I think there's a great familiarity with that group. And if there's a blessing, in missing Cooper for a while, it's that we've gone through all of the offseason, all through training camp with Matthew thrown to this group. And I think they develop a great rapport, and that should carry right into this week.
The talk of the offseason was a guy named Puka Nacua, who is in that receiver core. What can we expect from him? Is he going to have an immediate impact? What do you imagine for him?
Well, look, I think you hope he has an immediate impact. Anytime you're talking about a rookie coming in and contributing, especially a wide receiver, that's always usually an impact during the season. But somebody who, from the beginning of OTAs through training camp, has made plays. He basically, at the end of our scrimmage against the Broncos, walked it off against them with a one-handed grab in the back of the end zone to kind of put a punctuation on a 2-minute drill. So I think he's someone who Matthew has complete faith in, and really that's the most important part. Do you know the playbook? Yes. Does Matthew have faith in you? He does, and I think it's just someone who's a mature, seasoned, rookie, if that is not an oxymoron, and I think he's going to come in and play a real role, but it's going to take everybody from Van Jefferson to Puka to Tutu to Ben Skoranek to Demarcus Robinson to the tight ends to Kyron Williams and Cam Akers to make the offense go.
Hey, Kevin, settle a debate for us, because this would be something that would land on your desk. We were talking a little bit earlier about how if you're traveling, for example, this weekend you guys are going to Seattle. If the Seahawks were to stiff you on tickets, if they were, and you said, hey, we got a large traveling party, I need help, I need a bunch of tickets, and they said no, and they stuck you up in the corner and they didn't give you your full allotment, and they basically tried to give themselves a home field advantage. When they come back, my argument would be, I would treat them the way I want to be treated. I would accommodate them even though they screwed me. Mason and Michael are here and they're saying, nope, if they did it to you, you got to do it back.
Around, comes around.
You got to do it back to them. What would you do in that scenario? You go to Seattle, they stiff you, they come to you. Do you return the favor?
Thankfully, the people in Seattle are a great organization, so they would not do that. But I would be in your camp, John. I always would just treat people the way you expect to be treated, and that's the standard that should exist for any organization, is how you want to be treated. But, I'm also not traveling a band and all these other people.
Right.
So, it's Texas, Alabama can have their own skirmish. I think, at our level, you always want to make sure you represent the Rams the best way possible.
So is it official that Brent Maher is going to be the kicker?
Well, he's the only one on the roster of the practice squad as of now. So if that's still the case Saturday, then I think you can consider that official.
Okay, got it.
What's your feeling about this game, Kevin? Normally the Rams and Seattle, I know Seattle got 2 off us last year in a injury-riddled season, but normally these games are very competitive. What's your gut telling you about Sunday?
Well, look, I think it's always fun to go to Seattle. It's one of the best places in the NFL to play. Sean McVay and Pete Carroll have had a great rivalry. We've gotten them sometimes. They've gotten us. They got us twice last year. But, last year, at SoFi Stadium. They got us on the last play of the game on a 2-minute drive to win it. The other game went to overtime last year on a call I think that we all disagreed with, roughing the punter. They eventually apologized for. So, I think last year's teams were pretty close. Everybody, I think it's a great way for us to start the season. It's a measuring stick against a team that everybody says, is predicting to go to the playoffs. It's a division opponent. We know them. They know us. It gets you excited, and I think it'll be a great, test for us. Really excited to see how we play, how we come out and do, how we handle the environment. I know for our rookies to go up there in their first taste of the NFL will surely be something, but, it's always a great test. And I think for us, I think back to the 2017 season when we went up there and beat them pretty good. That was when we knew the Sean McVay Rams had flipped the script.
Interesting.
And I think for them at certain times, when they've come here and won against us, that's when, last year they maybe felt that they were back. So, it'll be a great first test. But boy, it's nice to go there at least in September. We've been there so many times in December when it's gray and rainy. So a nice sunshine day in Seattle seems pretty good to me.
I don't know if you heard this, but in John's question, he said, I know Seattle got us twice.
Yeah, well, I grew up a Rams
year.
fan.
Twice. He's purportedly a Raiders fan, but now you're wearing him down. He now says us when he's talking about the Rams. That's a good sign, right?
It was a great sign. I did notice that in the question, and I almost replied Steve as a result. But I knew it was John asking the question. So, our goal, one fan at a time, and, we get John. And now next year, we're well on our way.
Well, Kevin, I'll tell you where when I will be rooting for you is for your home opener, which is not this Sunday, but next Sunday when the Niners come in, and we know the Niner fans are going to show out.
Awful.
And those almost look like college games when they get into SoFi with half the stadium red and half the stadium blue. Is there anything you guys can do as an organization to kind of make it more of a home game, or do you enjoy that it's like a college atmosphere where the fans are half and half?
Well, look, I always think it's a great atmosphere whenever we play the 49ers and kind of that back and forth. But look, the best thing we can do is continue to build our brand and our organization in Southern California. I mean, the majority of the seats at SoFi Stadium are season tickets.
Good.
And so ultimately that means if, we're getting to 50-50, that means a lot of our fans are selling their season tickets, which is more than their right to do. I'm never one to sit there and say how fans should handle their tickets. But to me, what I always, as much as I know, we have a rivalry with the 49ers and, they cause me angst and, you want to hate them and despise them. They built a brand over decades. And when there was no football in Southern California for decades, they made significant inroads. So for us, the best way to combat that, to get to be 100% blue, is to continue to put a winning team on the field, do the right things off the field, be engaged with the community, and take the long game. That's not going to flip, in a week or a year or just based on anything. And I've seen plenty of pictures, from 2016, 2017 when Levi's Stadium looked awfully blue. And you can go there in 2018 when we played them, plenty of blue there. So our fans have always traveled there well. I don't want to make it that their fan base is all powerful. Rams fans have showed up in San Francisco time and time again to represent us, and they do a great job here. And I think sometimes, it's great when SoFi Stadium gets into that back and forth. I think, the 80-20 mix is usually the best mix at SoFi Stadium, but I know our fans will be ready for the 49ers next week.
So last thing for you, I've been to virtually every home game for the last 7 years, I think, when you guys got back in 2016. And I've always had a sense for how the team is going to be. I have no sense of expectations for this team. Like what are the expectations in your mind, and how should fans gauge their expectations?
Look, I think the expectations are, to make the playoffs, compete deep into the playoffs. And I've said this, and, I know where people think we may finish, but Sean McVay has been the head coach here 6 years. We've made the playoffs in 4 of them, won 2 Super Bowls, won 3 divisions. But the only times we missed the playoffs under Sean McVay was coming off of Super Bowl appearance. Every other year under Sean McVay, when we're not coming off the Super Bowl, we've made the playoffs. And I think that's the expectation this year. That's kind of how I look at That's a world. I think we're going to get better each week. I've watched this team improve from April to May to June to August to September. And I think what people will see is a young team that gets better throughout the year. But our expectation is to go compete for the playoffs. And I think there was a nice piece in Jordan Rodriguez's article today in The Athletic where she really dove into kind of the change in how we're coaching, the coaching staff, the way we practice. And there was a line in there that said, coaches and media who watched our Raiders scrimmage and our Broncos scrimmage came away pretty impressed with the Rams' first team. And I think when you watch the preseason and, it's a bunch of undrafted free agents who ultimately don't make it, that, that is not as competitive. I expect this is going to be a very competitive, feisty team that gets better. And, I hope at the end of the year people are talking about the Rams, the way that they always have here.
All right. Well, listen, Kevin, we are excited for the start of the season tonight and, of course, Sunday in Seattle, rooting like hell for the Rams. We want to win that game, Kev. We want to win that game.
We all need to win that game. So I promise you at 1:25 on Sunday, we'll enjoy tonight and watch, which will get all of our blood flowing. But I know Rams fans are going to be excited to watch this team kick off and start our journey back to the playoffs Sunday afternoon.
Excellent.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you, Kevin, for coming on, man. Happy new season.
Happy new season to you guys.
All right, there you go. There's Kevin Demoff, COO of the Los Angeles Rams.
And let me give a shout out to people who have not heard your podcast, the Culture Pop podcast. You did one with Kevin a couple months ago, maybe a month ago.
Yeah, a month ago.
It's great. If you want to kind of learn about Kevin's background and why he's uniquely qualified for the job,
there are some really cool stories in that thing.
Yeah, he grew up the son of the best agent in football, and I'm a big fan of your podcast anyway.
He actually talked about
that episode. I really that one and the one with Michael are my two favorite ones of the summer.
Go to YouTube, search Culture Pop Podcast, and both of those will pop up. The one with Michael, I got a lot of positive feedback.
Really, people like that?
Oh, a lot of people thought I was. I was following the footsteps of the great Bahamian grill master.
I know, man. You were tough.
Exactly.
Sue was a nice one.
Yeah, Sue was friendly.
Yeah.
I went after it, man.
Yeah.
Went after. So, Michael, give us a little preview for the game today.
Dates.
I've had many.
Not that kind of date.
Oh, all right. We will do that coming up next. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Everyone loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anyone can fight, but calljacob.com is here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. We got the jingle.
Call Jacob.
Thank you. Game of games time. Take it away, Mace.
All right, here we go. It's Game of Games time, and Michael Thompson's game today. And I think maybe for the first time ever, have you ever played Game of Games before, Mark Cates?
Yes, I've played Game of Games.
Have you?
Yeah, I think I'm 1-1-1.
Okay,
over
so
the
you
last
played a few
5
times.
years, yeah.
Mark Cates sells all the ads that you hear on the station.
Some, yeah. Sure.
Yeah, some, a lot.
Most.
Support
many,
our partners.
Exactly.
Yes.
So, Michael, it is your game. What do we got going?
Dates, like I said, a very somber and unforgettable date or day is coming up on us next week, 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
When we say 9/11, everybody knows exactly what that means, but what about other dates? We know what happened on 9/11, but when I give you well-known dates, do you know what happened or happens on those dates?
All right, is it multiple choice or buzz in?
Buzz in. I'll give you the
Okay,
date.
so
you buzz
it is
in.
Tyler Whitman, Brian Cohen, Mark Cates, Mace, and me. Here we go.
Significance of the date, buzz in if you know. 7/4.
Ireland.
Ireland.
It is Independence Day.
Yes,
4th
July
of July.
4th.
Oh, okay. Duh.
Wow.
12/7.
Mason.
Mason.
That is D-Day.
Right. Nope.
Nope.
Cates,
Ireland.
Cates.
Oh, Cates.
Go ahead, Mark.
Pearl Harbor.
Pearl Harbor. Right.
Come on.
6/6. I'll give you the date, the year, 1944.
Cates.
Cates.
That is VE Day.
Nope.
No,
Ireland.
Brian.
Ireland.
That's D-Day.
That's D-Day.
Yeah.
Okay.
11/22.
Ireland.
Ireland.
Kennedy assassination.
Yes.
Good one.
Oh, man.
4/4. 1968.
Cates.
The Cates.
MLK assassination?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, very good, Mark.
6/6. 1968.
Mason.
Mason.
Bobby Kennedy
Yes.
assassination.
There you go, Mace. On the board.
Very good. All right. Now this one here. You get buzzing if you know it. Speaking of dates, there are how many federal holidays
Mason.
in the year? Mace.
13.
No.
Ireland.
Ireland.
11.
Yes.
Wow. That is impressive.
All right. We know 7 of them. July 4th, Christmas, New Year's, Labor Day, Memorial Day, MLK, and Thanksgiving. Who can name the other 4 federal holidays?
Read the list
Mason.
again.
July 4th, Christmas, New Year's, Labor Day, Memorial Day, MLK, and Thanksgiving.
Mason. President's Day?
No.
Ireland.
It's not a national holiday?
Nope. 4 national holidays left. Federal holidays.
Okay. Federal holidays.
Yes.
I'm going to go Christmas Eve, December 24th.
No.
No.
Okay.
Anybody?
Well, I know some of them, like Juneteenth. I
Juneteenth
think
is
one.
one. That's one. You got 3 more. Anybody?
I don't know.
No, we're not going to get all 4 of these. What
Okay,
are they?
there are Columbus Day, October 9th, Veterans Day, November 10th,
Should've got that.
and Washington's birthday, February 20th.
Yeah, we should have got these.
Yeah. Should have known.
All right, right now
those.
it's Ireland 4, Cates 2, Mason 1.
All right, here's another one. 4/14/1912.
Mason. Start of World War I.
No.
You're early.
I'll give you a hint. Sinking.
Ireland.
Oh,
Titanic.
Yes.
Good one.
8/6/1945.
Ireland.
Ireland.
That is the end of World War II.
No.
Cates.
Cates.
That is dropping the bomb
Yes.
in Japan.
Oh, very good, Mark. All right, hey,
Seven.
Mark, you're close. 5-3 now.
7/20/1969.
July 20th.
Cates.
Cates.
Is that the moon landing?
Yes.
Oh, Mark, 5-4.
Let's go. Let's go.
9/1/39.
Cates.
Cates.
Oh, shoot.
3.
Ireland.
Ireland.
Lou Gehrig retired.
Nope. 3. Anybody? 9/1/1939. Start of World War II.
I thought that was early.
1/15.
That's it?
1/15.
Happens every January 15th.
Mason. Lincoln's birthday?
Nope.
No, it's in February.
3, 2, 1. MLK Day.
Oh, wow. We should have got that. There's
Two-
NBA
not
games
get
on that.
that?
2/14.
Ireland.
Ireland.
Valentine's Day.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
5/5.
Mason.
Ireland.
Mason.
Cinco de Mayo.
Yes.
And my brother Travis's birthday.
10/31.
Ireland.
Ireland.
Halloween.
Yes.
I think I got you there.
What day is Boxing Day?
Ireland.
Mason.
Ireland.
December 26th.
Yes. Very good. 6 19.
Ireland. Flag Day.
No.
Tyler.
Juneteenth.
Yes.
Look at you. Tyler jumping in.
Out of
Yeah,
nowhere.
Tyler. Got to get on the board.
Answer this one if anybody knows. Why is January 28th, 1986 a date to be remembered?
Kate's.
Kate.
Challenger explosion.
Yes.
Oh, very good, Mark. All right, I've got you 8-5 right now, but we got time for 5 more. See if you
Okay.
can run the
I'm
table.
out. I'm out.
Yeah, it's basically down to me and Kate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
May 18th, 1980.
Kate's.
Kate's.
Reagan got shot.
No.
Oh, that was a good.
May
I thought that was right.
18th.
1980. I was there. I saw it.
I'm going to say USA wins in hockey.
No. May 18th, 1980. A geological event.
Oh.
Mount St. Helens?
Yes.
Nah,
But you didn't
I
get
don't
it.
get credit for that. Okay,
2
4
more.
Okay. Or 2 more.
June 17th, 1994.
94.
Oh.
Ireland.
Ireland.
Okay, so several things happened on this
Oh,
day.
good one.
I'm gonna. It's OJ Chase.
OJ Chase.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's a good 3 for 30 on
All
that.
right. Yeah, I got you now.
And
Mark.
last
Yep.
one, 1/20th. 1/20. January 20th.
Ireland.
Ireland.
It's when the new president
Yep,
assumes
president's
office.
Beautiful.
Inauguration.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
President's
All right.
inauguration.
I got you 10-5, Mark.
Good game. Good
Well,
game.
well
And
played.
I was like nowhere. I'm
You don't know
bad.
these dates?
I'm bad with numbers.
History major paid off.
Nobody told me
finally.
there would be numbers involved.
These are
Terrible with
dates,
numbers.
and it's a historic
Oh
days.
no! and once I heard them, I knew what they were.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Good.
That's
Thanks,
good.
boys.
By the way, Kate's, I was really good.
Oh, thanks.
That's an impressive performance.
We'll be back.
Hey, do you guys know that tonight is the first game Travis Kelce is going to miss since his rookie season?
Amazing.
Wow.
That's amazing for
For a
football.
tight end?
No, that's impressive.
See you, Mark.
That's such a physical sport.
Oh yeah, that's a run.
What was
How many games in a row?
What was it like? Joe
Well,
Thomas.
he's been in the league like 8-9 years.
Remember Joe Thomas, the left tackle for the
Yeah,
Cleveland
missed a game
Browns?
early and then never missed another
Never missed
one.
a game in like 12 years. That's amazing in
That's
that sport.
incredible. What about 58 consecutive shows?
Now that would be more impressive than Joe Thomas or Travis Kelce.
Yep.
If you could pull that off.
If I can pull that off,
how many
I'm telling
how many
you.
more you got to go?
I'm only on.
You're doing well. You're
I'm
like,
only on 12.
Yeah, you're in double digits
13,
now.
13, I think. Yeah.
Like this is if you are on a hitting streak. This is when people would start to notice.
It's got a 13
Yeah,
show.
I
Are
think
you
once
only
you get past a 10-game hitting streak, people start to notice.
Yeah.
Are you only doing this because you're out of vacation
No,
days?
no, I'm doing this because I like to be on the air during football season.
Oh, okay.
And by the way, I'm taking off the Rams bye week, which is early November. That's when the next days off come.
Do you always stay till the final gun in football?
I do.
Why don't you stay till the final buzzer in football?
It's a good question.
In basketball.
Because he's not paying for those tickets.
I'm not paying for them. I'm not a personal seat license.
Yeah.
And plus, there are lots and lots of basketball games during the season and only 17 football
Now,
games.
did you walk out of the Taylor Swift concert and the Beyonce concert before it was over?
Interesting. I'm glad you brought this up. So neither one had an encore.
They just turned on the lights and that's
the shows
it.
just ended. Normally you cheer and you're like, come on, do single ladies or whatever.
Yeah.
Nope, nothing like that. And so, no, I didn't leave. I left during probably the 6th Rolling Stones encore. Because they just kept doing encore after
sure?
encore. Yeah, it was like
I
so
didn't
many
realize.
encores. It's like you've encored yourself enough. I've had enough of your encores.
Well,
That's
I
what
didn't
I
realize.
say. Did you hear the Rolling Stones have a brand new single? Did you hear it?
No.
Single.
Brian, can you find it? Yeah, they got
I
a
knew
brand
they
new.
Wait a minute. First of all, better show, Beyonce or Taylor? Don't duck it.
It's just two so different shows.
Right? What? So you could only go to one. Now you've seen them
Well, you
both.
gotta do choreography and all
if
that
Michael
stuff.
and I could only go to one, which one would you send us to?
Beyonce.
Yeah, she
Really?
dances more, right? Doesn't she dance more?
Oh, she dances. She's got just an impeccable, like one of the great. I never realized one of the greatest voices in the history of the world. She is. Now here's new Rolling Stones song. Definitely a Rolling Stones song.
Is this AI?
Nope.
It's just new.
This is real.
I like it. I like that beat.
Get me to a hook, Nick.
By the way, Mace, good news for you. Joe Fortenbaugh, who's going to be our gambling guy, says the best bet tonight of all the prop bets you can make, Lions on the money line.
Nice. So he thinks the Lions are going to win
gonna
outright.
Yeah.
Wow. I like that. All right, let's do some a very surprise guest for Super Crosstalk.
Good.
Let's do some Super Crosstalk.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Are we ready for Sedano and Cap to join Mason in Ireland?
Super Crosstalk begins.
Super Crosstalk, presented by Coors Light. Coors Light, made to chill.
It's time for Super Crosstalk.
Like that. Like that. By the way, Freddie Prinze Jr. just texted in. He says the over-under for consecutive show streak is 38.
For you?
For me.
I think you'll make 38.
I'd take the
I
over.
think it's over now because you have money on it. That's
Yeah.
it. That's the only reason.
That's one of the reasons why I did it.
Yeah.
Is that
Do you want him to be here?
I do.
Of course.
Yeah, show's better when he's here.
It is. It's true.
Yeah.
When both of you are here.
By the way, we're hearing from Bergman because Bergman is actually co-hosting the afternoon show with Cappy.
Now, Cap, how do you feel about that?
I feel really good about it. I feel really, really good about it.
He asked me.
No,
Lindsay and he asked me.
What's interesting about this is
I feel weird
Are
being
you?
here
Did you
right now.
not pull rank because now you're in some sort
I
of
did
management
not.
position? And he's like, I'm Greg Bergman. I should fill in for George Sedano.
I said yesterday that that's one of my first acts as pseudo boss.
Yep.
Is to put myself on a show.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
There you
go.
That's
There you
right.
go. What
It's the
good is
right
that?
move,
Yeah.
right, Michael? That's what I should be doing.
Right, it really wasn't. It wasn't me asking him. It was more like him telling me.
There
See?
you go.
Exactly. See, I said, I'm on, Cappy.
Why
You're
did
making it happen.
Why did you say he's asking
Because
when you
why
told?
would you believe Cappy? Why would you believe anything that Cappy says?
Cappy
Why would he
is-
believe you?
Cappy's
I
a
don't know.
credible source.
More importantly, Greg,
Yeah,
are
please.
you prepared to dominate in the par 3 challenge tomorrow?
100%. There's no
100?
chance. 100. There's no chance that you have Mace. You cannot. You're not going to want one of your shots is going to be good enough.
Mace, did you
I agree.
practice? Have you gone to the range and practiced, Mace?
No.
Yes or no?
No.
I knew you wouldn't.
I've not even held a club since 2 years ago.
Because they dropped off. They dropped off golf clubs for you to go out and practice.
Yeah, they dropped them off on Monday.
Yeah, well,
No,
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Yeah, because
Well, today's
It was
Thursday.
late.
You haven't picked him up since he dropped him off?
once you're, I mean, I'm just in the
You're
thing.
not gonna be any help off the tee or from the fairway, but can you at least putt?
I am an excellent. Actually, John,
Yeah,
you
he made
can
a big
attest
putt
to
in
this.
our
He did.
match.
I made a big putt.
Well, that's what it comes down to. Make some putts.
Yeah.
But John, don't you think you should have at least practiced, gone to the range?
You gave me no time.
What does it mean?
I got
at least
clubs
you have
on
a little
Tuesday.
bit. At least you have understanding of what you're doing.
Yeah,
I
it
got
makes for a
clubs
better
on
story
Tuesday.
if you pull off a miracle without ever practicing.
Oh, wouldn't that be incredible? Owner Sam Pines, I hear.
He's a good player.
He's a good player.
He's very good.
But you're not.
I'm a complete novice.
Which way are we going though? Is it scramble or
It's
is
not
it best
scramble.
ball?
John says no.
I think scramble gives Mason zero chance.
And it's a par 3 course.
Well,
Because-
scramble is we all go the same ball.
No. The scramble is Sam hits, then Mace hits, then Sam hits, then Mace hits.
Yeah,
and
no,
I have a
that's-
feeling, so if Sam isn't like right on the green every time,
Well, he will be.
like if Mace has to chip, Sam's
I'm a
dead.
very good chipper.
Well, it's up to you guys. Well, Greg and I
We
will
saw
take
you
you
on
on.
the sand. You're not a great chipper.
Greg
By
and
the way,
I will
that-
take you. Like, what do you do if Sam hits it in the sand?
Open your club
And then,
face
he,
up.
and then
take a
you
drop.
dribble at 5.
I'm just going to take a drop.
No, Mace.
You dribble at 5 feet in the front of you, and he hits into the sand. Where do you go?
So I've got a choice between
Yeah.
the one in the
Well,
sand and the one.
but the next guy has. So you tee off, hit it 2 feet.
Right.
Sam tees off, hits it in the sand.
Yes.
So now you have to make a decision. If we're doing a scramble, who hits next? Which ball? So you go Sam 2 feet from the tee, or you in the trap.
Oh, Sam is much better off. Sam is much better off getting another
You don't know how to
crack
get
at
out of
it.
the trap? Open the club
One
face
time
and
he
hit the
took.
sand.
One time Michael he took 17 shots to get out of the
Oh,
trap, and he
come
finally
on.
gave
Now
up.
let me
and-
just
There's
say
video of
something.
that
Let
on
me
ESPN.
say something
Video
about
of
this.
it.
Let me say something about this because this really does still piss me off.
Hear
So
it.
we played this golf thing, and they had me try to hit the ball out of the trap, and I swung and I swung and I swung. Ireland didn't tell me I could take a drop.
with the two-stroke penalty.
With the two-stroke penalty,
Yeah.
which I would have done. I took 50
instead.
Instead, I whacked away for 50. And I totally wrenched my back. And I went on vacation after that. I had a big trip in Europe, and my back was messed up the entire time because I kept hammering away when I could have taken a free drop.
Oh, come on.
And my friend John Ireland didn't tell me that.
It's
What
a
did you
better
say,
story.
Michael?
All you do is open up face and hit the sand in front of the ball. As simple as that. You
Michael,
couldn't do that?
I'm not a golfer.
Kind of behind the ball.
Yeah. What's that, Cappy?
Kind of behind the ball, not really in front of the ball.
That's what I mean, behind the ball, yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Johnny, I got to think that you're in like tip-top golf shape right now after this week you've just had. I didn't hear about it. Can I hear about what happened?
No, I just went to Pinehurst and played 6 rounds in 4 days.
How did they treat you in Worthy?
Unbelievable. Worthy is a god
Yeah.
in North Carolina. He walks in and doors open magically.
Is there a story behind like did this just happen or did you guys have this
No, it's our
planned?
second time. The first time we went, we played all like the famous Pinehurst courses, number 2, number 7. And this time we went and played all the other courses. We played a place called Pine Needles, played at the Country Club in North Carolina. It was awesome.
How many golf courses are there at Pinehurst?
9.
There's 9 courses
Yeah.
there?
And was this planned or did Worthy just call you and go, "Yo man, you got a couple
we planned
days?"
it. This is our second time we've done it. And we would have gone last year, but one of our friends he's a lawyer and he got pulled into a trial. So
Why
we
wasn't
had to
Michael
cancel
invited?
last year.
Yeah.
Michael doesn't golf a lot anymore.
Are you good?
Have you golfed
I was
at all
really good.
since your hip got
No,
replaced?
I haven't taken a full swing yet with my new
Why
hip.
not?
I don't know. I'm scared.
You're allowed to at this point.
Oh, yeah, I can
It's
play.
a new
yeah.
hip. You should be able to do everything.
Yeah, I know. I got to get back out there. I was a good golfer. I shot in the mid-80s, man, low 80s.
Did you really?
Oh, yeah, I could play.
Even with this, with your height and the
Yep.
number of places, because if you're tall, there are lots of
harder.
places for you to.
Yeah.
But Worthy
go
and
wrong.
Michael are the same height. Worthy's gotten good.
Yeah.
That's true.
So you're not like Barkley?
How'd you guys get there,
No.
Johnny I?
So we
Johnson
flew.
Flew what?
We flew in on Delta, which was a great decision. We flew back on American, which was a horrible decision.
Why? What's wrong with America?
Tell
What
them
happened?
about your the airport. What happened? All that walking around?
Okay, so on the way in, Cap, we flew on Delta and we had 0 issues. On the way back, our flight was at 6:10 last night. We get to the gate. They say delayed. We wait for an hour, and they say, this plane is now being taken out of service.
Oh, jeez.
All of our bags. So anyway, 2.5 hours later, we take off from a different gate. So we survived that. We land in L.A. 3 hours late, and we landed at Terminal 3. They said, your bags are in Terminal 5.
Oh.
That's like a half-hour walk. We get to Terminal 5.
It's in Terminal 3.
They say Terminal 4. We've moved your bags to Terminal 4. And since we had golf clubs, we couldn't carry on.
Oh, yes.
So we had to wait for the bags. And I just had a really bad Cappy, have you had a good experience on American? Because this was my first. I'm a Delta Alaska guy, and I don't think I'll ever fly American
Wasn't it
again.
Delta with the dog? Like where they lost
yeah, they
the
lost.
dog?
Oh, we
Lost
haven't
the
talked
dog.
about that
Oh,
today, Mace.
God.
So, Cap, did you hear about this story?
So
They
awful.
lost a woman's dog. She put her dog underneath in cargo. They lost the dog, and we were talking about it last week, and Mace, you said you would ask for $1 million.
$1 million.
I said you're not getting more than $100,000.
But didn't they find the dog?
No,
Gave her $1,800.
Never found the dog.
Cappy hit on it. They offered $1,800. Mace,
What a joke.
If they offered you $1,800, what would your response
I would say,
be?
shove it, and I'll see you in court.
Do you think that's what the woman will do?
Yes. I mean, look.
How could you lose a dog? Does it have a tag on it or some kind of identification?
Well, it ran around. It got out
out
of
the crate.
kennel and ran across the tarmac and ran away.
And it's
How do we
Atlanta
know this?
Airport. It's Atlanta Airport with the biggest airport in the world.
Wait, is that
right?
confirmed that the dog ran away?
Confirmed.
These are 2 different stories, by the way.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Because the one that we were talking about was the one where a woman was flying from, Puerto Rico, I think it was.
Okay.
Or it might have been somewhere else. Anyway, she was flying from another country where she had to have her passport and her visa and all that stuff as she entered the country, as she entered the U.S. And since she didn't have all the correct documentation, they made her stay in overnight.
This isn't that.
In the airport detention center, but she had her dog.
Oh, man.
And since she had to stay overnight in the airport detention center, they said, you can't keep your dog with you. You have to come back tomorrow and fly out. So she did, and when she came back, they didn't have her dog. They were like, we don't know where it is.
Yeah, this was a woman named Paula Rodriguez, and she was flying on a domestic flight. Her dog's name is Maya, and she put Maya in a crate underneath the plane, and the crate door somehow opened, and Maya ran away, and they can't find him.
did it go down the wheels to get when they
No,
landed?
no. I think that was after the crate was unloaded from the plane.
Unloaded.
And just jumped out onto the tarmac and ran away. And so, Lindsay, you're a dog lover. If they lost Chewy, how much money do you think you should be entitled to?
Well, I would never put my dog in the cargo.
Correct.
In the first place.
That is the right
one.
answer. But if they were responsible and they lost Chewy, what is a fair monetary resolution?
I would sue them for $1 million.
That's what Mason said.
That's what I say.
Tyler, you're nodding. I don't think you can get more than $100,000.
I disagree.
You sue them for $1 million and you settle for something that's reasonable.
But if you go to court and you get dog lovers on the
you might get $1 million.
You
Most
might
people,
get $1 million.
yeah.
Because most people are like, oh my God, that's like the most heartless thing in the world. And by the way, I think the offer of $1,800 makes them look even more heartless. It's a disrespectful offer given the fact that this is a member of this woman's family to whatever degree, and it's gone.
If they would have offered even $5,000, that's too low, but at least it's not insulting. $1,800 is kind of
insulting, I think.
Tried to come up with $1,800.
I don't know.
What a random number. 18. Yeah, a little less than $2,000. That dog's a little less than $2,000.
But you can get another one of those out of the
too
pen.
much. Let's cut it $1,800.
Why? I don't know why Paula didn't just do what everybody else does and declare Maya a service dog. I had 2 quote unquote service dogs
on your
my
flight.
plane. Well, it's what Lindsay's talking about. It's if you took Chewy, you would just declare him a service dog and fly him up top with you.
He is a service dog.
There you go.
Is he?
Yeah.
Does he have a little vest and everything?
No, I don't need to do all that.
Why is he servicing?
He's a service dog because Lindsay doesn't want to put him underneath.
He's actually a seizure alert dog.
There you go.
Really?
Wow.
Yep.
Why do you have seizures?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Don't ask people about their medical history.
Well, why? I mean, if you're going to have a dog and you're going to tell people why, I mean, it's a legitimate question, Michael.
Seizure alert dog.
Just so you know that when you have a service dog, the only questions that they're legally allowed to ask you are, is this dog trained to perform a specific medical service?
And what is Chewy's?
Like I told you, he's a service.
No. But what is his specific skill?
What does he do if you have a
He
seizure?
alerts you when you have a seizure.
What does he do? Bark?
Well, actually, so this is crazy. So dogs can sense your serotonin levels,
right?
Mm-hmm.
And so when they raise really quickly, right before you have a seizure, you can have different for seizure alert dogs. They can actually train people to let them know they're about to have a seizure.
And
they
what
can
do you
also
do then if you get that warning?
Well, I mean, I guess you just kind of brace yourself.
You can take.
Yeah, there's also
was it Ativan or something like that?
Yeah, there's a comfort factor too, where they could be trained to comfort you. Or
See, that's mine.
Yeah.
They would be to comfort me.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
How big should a dog be before he's too big to be on the plane?
Oh, Michael, they have
Bull
service.
Mastiff.
Remember, Mace, you had that one mini horse.
Yeah, there was a mini horse.
And then that was laying down on the floor of a Southwest flight.
I'm like, I don't think that's right.
Now, pigs are pets sometimes for a lot of people. Would you allow a pig on a plane?
Babe.
I think they have no choice. If you stick a vest on it, you have no choice.
Really?
Could you imagine a potbelly pig
about a
sitting
snake?
next to you on a plane?
You say stick a vest. Hey,
Yeah, what
Mace,
about a
when
boa?
Yeah.
Mace, you say stick a vest. You mean the kind of vest you were wearing in those pictures from last year? Or do you mean
the puffy vest?
Yeah, or do you mean you go onto Amazon and you buy a vest for your dog and all of a sudden you declare your dog a service
I believe
dog?
it is that. I believe if you go to Amazon, you can buy one of those dog vests that will allow you to take them to the airport. Is that right, Linz? They're not allowed to ask you, right?
They're only allowed to ask you 2 questions. One, is this a service animal? And you can say yes or no.
Yes.
And then when they say, what service is this animal trained to perform?
And yours is
mouth to mouth.
Yours is seizure alert.
He's a seizure alert dog.
Ridiculous.
And
Michael.
mine is an emotional support
So
dog.
there's a difference between emotional support animals and medically trained service animals. They're 2 different things. Because when I took Chewy back to Ohio during COVID, he was an emotional support animal. But they changed the law in those 3 months that I was there and they changed it so all the airlines do not allow emotional support animals anymore.
Oh, interesting. Because I really need emotional support when I'm flying.
A lot of people do.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how people get out of the pet fee at apartments.
Now, Lindsay, you're a professional producer.
I am.
How did Bergman sneak into this thing and fill in for Shadano? I mean, if you go Shadano's up here, then you get Bergman here. I mean, how did that even happen?
Why do you have so much hate for me?
I have no hate for you.
What's the reason
It's
for
like
it?
George Shadano.
Yes, it's
Shadano.
like Shadano.
Yeah. And I don't remember you doing this, at least not very
I've filled
often.
in with you plenty of times. I've filled in with Alan Slewa sometimes.
Right.
It's happened before.
All right. Well, I'm excited. I mean, I listen every day, so I'm
Lindsay
excited
can
for
answer
it.
the question.
Do you want to know?
Yes, please.
Well, I mean, normally we have like Beto fill in a lot, but Beto, the next best thing comes along and he's out because he's like, oh, I got boxing, I get paid more. Bye, see you later. So since Sedano's going to be gone a lot this season because of football,
right?
I was like, well, we want to keep the continuity on the show, and we have like a cast of characters on our show. And Greg is always here. He knows the bits. He listens to the show every day. And I feel like for continuity, and plus Greg is really good on the air. So I feel like that's the best.
Thank you, Lindsay.
I would like to say...
You're much nicer than Mason.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. When he didn't have this title, boy, nobody said those kinds of things.
No. Now all of a sudden...
That's true. You're not wrong.
No,
wrong.
How many times have I told you that I like you on the air?
You told me a lot. You have told me that.
And you didn't hang out with us today.
No,
you were getting ready for this show.
because I want to be ready for Cappy.
Yeah. Now, Cappy...
And also, I thought Tyler did a good job, and he was doing well.
Tyler
he's a
did
terrible
good.
draft.
How many times did Tyler say today? How many times did Tyler say, let's go? Let's go.
Well, he drafted Ireland's fantasy team last night.
Unmitigated disaster,
and it was
Cap.
just a mess.
Wait, time out. I looked at these teams, and I really don't think it's that bad.
Neither does Tyler.
Lynn.
So did you hear the deal I cut for him, Tyler? Or Lindsay, I basically hired him to run the whole team. If he wins, if he finishes top 5, I'm letting him keep all the money. But if he finishes bottom 3, he has to pay all the money.
I mean, I feel like it's a better team than Mason's team, to be honest.
Well, then we play Sunday.
Well, we're going to find out, Lindsay.
This week.
I could be
I
wrong.
actually bet $5,000 in mythical money on Mason's team.
Exactly.
Also, I factored in the bench players because, overall team, I not just looking at the starting lineup. Overall, I feel like the better team is Ireland.
Well, part of what I did was I drafted a bunch of handcuffs. If something were to happen to Derrick Henry, I got his backup. That's the kind of...
That's kind of dumb, though, because
something's going to happen to
you
Derrick
should do that to, your number 1 and number 2 players. But other than that, those are guys that you pick up on the waiver wire.
Yeah, but Derrick Henry was his number 1 player.
Yeah, Derrick Henry... No, Derrick Henry wasn't. I took the handcuff. I don't have Derrick Henry.
Then Lindsay's right.
I'm buying it. I'm getting this guy in the event
You're just hoping that somebody gets hurt, and you're wasting a roster spot on them.
but seriously, and when you get to the 12th round, the 11th round in a fantasy football draft, my God, there's nothing there.
They're
all just...
Well, what happened with your whole concept of quarterback in the mid-rounds? What happened?
I took Justin Fields in the 5th round.
Oh, okay.
And Tyler literally forgot to draft a quarterback and stuck me with Geno Smith in the 9th round.
Oh, wow. Well, he'll probably have a big game in week 1.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, no, the Rams defense is good.
Yeah,
so
Rams defense.
Last thing for me before I get out of here, I just got a text from Pepe.
Oh,
Hi, Pepe.
I'm going to get an anti-Michael Thompson dog. Every time MT gets close to me, Pancho will bark, or anybody that looks like Michael.
Aye, Michael.
Pepe, he haunts me even when he's not here.
We are coming back tomorrow at 1, live from Black Gold for the SoCal Hyundai ESPN LA Golf Classic, 8 a.m. You can watch on social media. Lindsay Baseball Morales will have the call as it's me and owner Sam Pines versus John Ireland and Greg Bergman. That is tomorrow. In the meantime, lots of stupidity coming at you today. It is Cappy, it is Greg Bergman, it is Lindsay Baseball, and Laura. The whole gang is here.